Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night Meeting.
Talk?
Yes,
We blanked out.
Do it.
We blanked
Yes,
out.
come on now.
Oh, my mom never lets me talk.
Big word. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yes, he did. That's our DM. I'm so happy.
You
It's going to be awesome game. I cannot wait to take off my pants.
Play with your nuts in your bag.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
It's your mom. She's going to see
Yeah.
me without the pants.
Yeah.
Well, but she's happy.
Cannot wait.
She's like, good night.
Well, have fun, kids. Bye.
No, the door is locked. Yes.
So,
Beaver went up there and locked it. Big beavers. Big beavers able to make a big dam, but it's big leaves.
Big damn beavers.
Bobby says, "What's this neat split screen coolness?"
yeah. We're all high tech now.
Production value.
Yeah.
What a 30 cents.
That's why I got a bag of nuts.
And a napkin.
Yeah, don't forget the napkin. That's an important part of the game, system.
Yeah, it's a chicken, I tell you.
So let us know what you think of the new camera setup.
Like the, if you don't,
It'll be fine tuned next week.
Right.
We'll make Dennis and Rob a little bigger, and then
please don't.
Trying to lose weight.
Please, for the love of God, don't make me do
Let's make sure we're fine-tuning it for lots of weeks.
Yeah.
damn it, Brad. I like to have some sort of fakeness.
totally how we roll.
Yeah.
Advancements? Sure, 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We've come a long way.
Come a long way in a year, yeah. A little over a year.
Actually, I have to say we have done really well.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually
Everybody-
on 3 platforms.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Actually, we have a question on the chat. How long before we start?
we can start right now.
Oh, we gotta wait till at least 8:30.
All right, so we're going to do a recap.
Yes.
We'll just done last week. Basically, last week we started off where you guys decided you were going to go look for Philip Monroe at the house that he had rented outside of town on Liberty Road. Before you left, the telegraph operator stopped you and kind of told you there was something he had forgotten to tell you. Kind of said something about how Monroe had acted kind of strange after he ripped up that first telegram.
Yeah.
And he just kind of became cold and uncaring a little bit, and not his usual jovial talking self. You know how he'd always sit there and chat with him for a while. He had nothing to do with that, you know.
Yeah.
And from what you remember of Philip Monroe, that does seem kind of odd.
Yeah.
So even from the very get-go, when you guys first met him and you guys didn't know him, he seemed to,
Open up. Yeah. Cool.
So, you guys made it out to his house. There was a black Morgan horse that was saddled out in the corral. The corral was open. It was a rather kind of a wild, spirited horse. But Marshal Woodlawn seemed to have some sort of affinity for animals and kind of got it under control. You guys kind of started searching around. Some of you went inside the house and you found what you would later confirm to be Philip Monroe's research papers on the whole Purdy gang and the stuff he'd been looking into around town, clues and stuff like that. Some of you kind of looked in the saddlebags, the horses and stuff, and there was like ammunition and stuff, and there was another shotgun, but there wasn't much else. Then someone went downstairs into the cellar out back. Good old Bo. And then Kelvin and
Olaf.
Olaf.
You can always trust Bo to go in the back.
Yeah. I think we did that good last time too. Went down, followed him down there. And that's when something strange happened. You guys heard something fall and you could smell kerosene and it started to fill up the room. And then the door to the cellar closed shut. And basically, Mike went to go use his purple touchy hand thing. Fantastic hand, whatever. And as he was doing that, you noticed something was trying to knock the lantern over, but you stopped that. You blew it out.
Yep.
Then someone tried to, I think he got the doors open, but then someone was trying to grab the lantern from his hand, was trying to pull it away. And basically it was some type of ghost And it basically kind of appeared like an old.
Right. Old shriveled.
It started off.
Peanuts ghost.
It started off kind of like a shade, like a shadow, and then it kind of like started doing that thing where it's like an old man. And basically, you guys kind of scared it off, though. It just kind of poofed you guys. I think you came at it with a knife and stuff, and
Didn't
it
it
wasn't.
almost give him a heart attack or something by grabbing him?
Oh yes, it did freeze. Yeah, it did
Yeah,
grab him by around the throat, and it started to freeze him.
At least it was on.
But then I think that's when the door got busted open. I think that's when he busted open the door, and then basically you guys were coming. And then it poofed, it disappeared, and it kind of traveled through the yard and everything because the horses kind of picked up on it being there. But then it went away and it didn't bother you anymore.
Well, it went over to the barn, didn't it?
Huh?
It went over to the barn.
It kind of went over to the barn, or passed by it at least, where some of the horses were. Because like their horse was hitched up over by the house, and Bo's horse was hitched over back at the outhouse. And
I think we're
those two
guessing
horses
that
didn't get
the
as-
ghost is the one that unhitched the horses outside the corral.
Yeah, it did unhitch.
Yeah.
It hitched the horses. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Used its own purple hand feeler
Yeah.
thing.
And then you guys kind of sorted through the notes and stuff, and kind of had your own discussions. I don't remember everything that you guys said. That's up to you guys.
Basically, we loaded up everything and left.
Yeah.
I said I love you.
That's right. You did, and then you did do a search down below further, and there was like a lab down there.
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
blueprints and all kinds
There
of
was
stuff.
blueprints and stuff. Mike had cast hunch. He kind of figured out the writings were Philip Monroe, and that the blueprints did have Philip Monroe on it as well. And as well, it looked like mad scientist to him. So, and I think the last we left off, you guys were going to head back to town because no one wanted to stay here.
Yeah, stay the night in Natchez, and then in the morning talk to the boy,
Yeah.
and then head out to that mound
Okay.
because of the emerald.
You guys were going
About
to investigate a few things in town, though, weren't you?
Yeah, there was some lass or something, he said.
Yeah. You got the thing. I don't remember what it
Appreciate
right.
this.
Hey, you wrote the module, Brad.
S. Fletcher 420 says, cowboy ghost hunters.
Yeah, and I got
Welcome to
the,
Deadlands.
so the ghost engraving is
Who you
going
got
to
a
have
telegram?
the ghost, the no ghost logo.
Ghost Smacker.
Yeah.
And Goat Smackers.
So basically, you guys will be riding back to Natchez.
Look at this.
Came out of it.
And by the time you get back there, it probably will be about 7 o'clock or so at night.
Okay.
And
3 to 1.
do you have any idea where you're going to be heading next, or do you need to discuss that, or whatever you want to talk about on the way back? Role play that out.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, is there anything that we really do need to do this evening that we couldn't do this evening?
Well, there's that lass, Miss Underhill. She's a hobbit, obviously. I mean, I've always wanted to go to the trial, but well. Freaking of hiding something, nothing unusual. Mention staying away from Longfellow. Seems all nothing. There's the way down. Go on, Will and Sark.
That's cool. Nice.
Oh, cool.
I saw that the other night.
Yeah.
Oh. Inside of the train.
Yeah. There's a no ghost.
Oh,
The graffiti.
cool.
Excellent.
Okay. So you guys, like I said, you get back into town. If you head back towards where you guys are docked, just close by to where the under the cliff is, under the bluff there, you can see that's the red light district. And it's
Well,
pretty
I'll see fellows later.
yeah.
Well, and off Bo.
And you can tell it is actually that street down in there is pretty crowded. I mean, it's actually not just like the buildings inside are crowded and busy. There's quite a bit of people outside moving around and stuff, going in from one tavern to the other tavern and stuff.
Boob 7. Boob
Or even just going or getting a drink and going outside and sitting on the boardwalks,
Mike's t-shirt.
or even all the way over on the docks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. She drew.
Yep. Happy birthday, Boo.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Boo.
Her birthday was Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday, Boo.
But it's televised.
Right.
The world knows. What are you guys doing?
Well, we could walk around downtown and see what's going around. Yeah, phone somebody for some information.
Yeah. You know, Bo,
Well, Cobb's not here. You do whatever you want.
It's a vacation for you.
Olaf might be the one to do that. You need to go watch the horses.
Yeah, go wash the horses.
Well, yeah, I don't see why I have to look at a hole. I know another name with an H stopped with it. I can go see a horse.
That's a W, dumbass.
Trying to be polite. I went and saw the, when I see Cobb, I'll say, well, I saw the horses.
Yeah, for a while.
Which probably actually a good idea. You guys probably have to take your horses back to the stables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Take them there first and stable them up.
So
Yeah, we rented them, so it's, you know.
It's only 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we still got 2 hours left in these horses.
More like key drop, you know, like the saddle horse drop.
Well, get a good meal too, gentlemen.
Sounds good.
Well, I think
Oh,
Bo was
yeah.
planning on eating something.
yeah.
Might have been.
Yeah, well, it's a buffet.
Hi.
So you stop at the stables,
Yeah.
basically kind of send those off. The ones you rent, you've already paid for, so you don't have to worry about them being cared for. But Woodlawn and Mew, it's probably like 75 cents for the night, and they'll take care of the saddling and the feeding and all that stuff, grooming it too. And then basically you can walk on back the red light district.
Sure.
Who do we need to talk to in town? I forgot.
Miss Gambia?
We've already talked to her. She's the voodoo.
Already?
We're supposed to see her in the morning, though. See
Right.
if she has
Yeah.
anything ready for us. The gree bags or anything.
Who can we talk to tonight, then?
Bartenders?
Well, look at this gun shop over here. No?
Probably two.
Yeah, I probably would have. Well, I probably would have told you about it, but
Right, it's closed.
Yeah,
yeah,
we closed down.
yeah, he's closed for the night. And if Phil's want to check that out in the morning, nice place.
We'll see. Depends on what's going on.
Oh, I'm pretty set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
we got a
ask
couple
you about,
saddlebags full of bullets at this point. I think we're pretty good.
We'll get some downtime. I might be asking you about what you've been doing about these ghosts. Maybe you could teach me that little trick you got.
Sure, no problem.
I've dealt
Bend over.
I've dealt with enough ghosts lately that yeah, some of them deserve to be shot, and I can't do it.
Well, this'll do it.
His Argent Agony, where you can make the enchanted bullets.
Are they enchanted or are they silver? I thought you said they were silver.
They're
They're
silver.
both?
They're enchanted silver bullets, so they count as magical or silver.
Okay.
So I'm gonna learn that hex from him sometime. So I'll start doing that. Well,
We're sitting around for a bit. I'll just go ahead and work on that with you.
All right, well, we're probably sitting in a
let's do it over a
tavern
drink.
somewhere. Here.
You want to head down?
Find a place to grab a bite for the night and
Well,
grab some
I can
drinks.
tell you what you see.
Is it a bunch of nudity?
Maybe. So
Stop drawing boobs on the whiteboard.
it's up here. The top part. This is where the bluff is.
I'll be
River's
back.
down here. So, pretty much the first place you come to
Leave it to the professional.
is just like a wooden structure.
two towers.
It's just a one-story wooden structure. Very basic. It's called. Oh, actually, no. That's. Let me see.
What? No, it's about
It's called the trace end. And you can see a lot of people go into there, even though it's like a real small place. They seem to be like going in and then just coming right back out and everything.
no.
Must be takeout.
And almost, kind of, if they're taking out like a bottle or something like that,
right,
you will see them bringing out bottles and
Kinda
stuff.
like
The
a
wild
It's a liquor
bottles.
store.
It's like a convenience shop.
It's a liquor store with a drive-through window.
Yeah. like Briscoe County.
No,
Right up on your
It's
horse. and-
adorable. You know, it would be great if you could just ride up on your horse and order a meal and take it with you. Wouldn't that be great?
The next one, it's kind of like a brick building. And then
It's a brick
And then there's a straw building.
house.
the stone building is kind of connected. And there is an alleyway, and there's like a sign in that alleyway that points to the light, but apparently there's another building in the back.
Does the sign say anything?
Gambling.
Gambling?
Yeah.
It says hi. Really?
I'm a sign.
It's building in the back. Trust us.
And this is the Thrace. This is the under the hill.
Under the hill. That's where you go to get buried. I thought that was candy.
Come in the wagon.
I've come here to kick ass and roll dice, and I'm all
And
out
there's
of it.
another building here, like 2 stories, and it's stone and brick. This is called the Big Money.
Like the shoes.
Muddy, mud skipper, muddy, mud
And
Who's got segmented eyes? So weird.
You got segmented up.
Ren and Stimpy. Yes.
Hey, man.
And then for the one, so like on the Underhill one, the Underhill one had the balcony on this section right here, and there are girls basically kind of on it, wandering around, looking down, pocketing them in. Down below.
There goes Bo.
I'll investigate this.
And
Wait up,
another
Mom.
one is a fancy house with a
Is that
brick
what Bo looks like right
brick
there?
bottom layer to it, and then wood on top of it. And it's got a balcony as well, and that one also seems to
on it
have
in a minute.
fancy girls on there and everything like that. And this is Nellie's.
Whoa.
And across the way at the river is the steamboat. And it's a 3-deck steamboat with paddle in the back.
Oh, it's moored up on the
it's-
shore, kind of like a
It is
casino.
moored up on the shore.
Nothing worse than
3
being
deck.
out on the
The
shore.
second deck has got the promenade around it. There is a pilot house, and if you like plants up there are guards up there, and there's actually like a small like searchlight that's pointed out towards the river though.
Okay.
And there are quite a bit of people like on the promenade walking around and talking and stuff like that.
Oh, for
And there are signs up there for a housing, hotel, and basically restaurant.
Thanks, man.
And gambling. And you can see there the dock. There are even guards at the dock, and you can actually tell those guys are carrying like shotguns, the double barrel scatter guns.
Wow.
Yeah, for you guys who didn't know, Bobby and I were talking about donating dice to the library because they have a D&D group that gathers there.
Right.
So if you have any extra dice you just want to get rid of, we were going to donate a bunch of dice to them. The guy who does John, who organizes the Nerf battles, he's the one who kind of oversees it. Oh, there you go.
And then the Riverboat Saloon is like another one like this one down here. It's just kind of a piece of crap place. It's only like 1 story tall, real small. A little bit bigger than this typically. And there's quite a bit of people over there. So, where are you going?
Well,
And the Big Money does have signing up. And this one doesn't look like there's a whole lot of like people going in and out at once or anything like that. It does have signs for rooms and for food.
Probably more like a restaurant, hotel.
Restaurant, hotel. And you can tell all these buildings here along the way, they're all pretty much kind of built like the boardwalk part. They're all built up like maybe about 3 feet high.
Okay.
And the wooden structures are actually built on top, kind of on top as best as possible. The other one, the stone and brick, the stone actually kind of goes down
Right.
deeper. And you can even see close to over here, there are cinder blocks kind of spaced out along the edge of the bluff going up to where that trail goes uphill.
Oh, okay.
And you can see like stacks of boards just kind of thrown off to the side.
Oh. Okay.
And there's probably stacks of boards underneath the boardwalk too.
Yes.
And the boardwalk is actually kind of pretty broad. It's a lot different than like the more typical Western boardwalk.
You get like 2 people side by side, maybe, or 3.
Oh, you could actually probably get about 4 people side by side.
there's
Yeah,
boardwalk.
3 to 4 people.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's like a big. It's almost kind of like having a small beer garden in front of your.
okay.
plenty.
Yeah, I got it.
And you can see, like I said, there are boards even stacked underneath there too, and everything.
Okay.
And it's not really all connected very well. They're all kind of individually built, but some of them are connected and some aren't.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. You step down off the boardwalk and a
Yeah.
couple steps up onto the next.
And you can tell that's where a lot of the boards are. Is like maybe they drag those boards out later.
Oh, okay. Well, you went ahead, Jen.
Well, I'd be thinking a meal would be in order.
Yeah, I agree. Sounds most equitable.
Well, the Big Muddy looks like it has food. I don't know about these other places.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Jeez, thanks.
Wow. Resets.
Hey, all right. Thank you. The Raconteur Society is donating dice to our local public library because they have a D&D group for teens and stuff like that. So we're going to donate some of our extra dice and help them along. Get those gamers young.
So they have gamers out there? Do they play out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy John, who works at the library, who organizes the Nerf duels for the teen center and stuff, he's the one who kind of set it up. Just give him something to do and show him how to role play. And
Yeah.
I think he runs some of them, but some of the teenagers are starting to run it. And I think there's like I don't know how many of them. I think there's a group of at least 6 that meet like on Wednesdays,
That's a group.
4 to 6, and they play. And I'm like, cool. More power to them.
Now they got dice to use.
Yep. They don't have their own. You got
Borrow
extra
those.
dice.
Support your local gamers.
Yep.
Okay.
Support your non-local gamers too. Just support gamers, period.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Send us money. is what I'm trying to say.
Support gamers. They have character.
Where they at? God damn it! Thank you.
They're all over here. Yeah. I'm particular.
Steve, God dang it. Supporting the dice again.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well, there's a Big
Steve.
Muddy that's definitely a hotel, or there's something with eye candy. Which do you want? I
Well, we can have a meal, then we can.
There was the
investigate later.
steamboat too. It did advertise for food there.
Okay, well, there's the steamboat where we could get shot at.
Well, I'm all about that.
So whatever you
I will shoot back.
want to do.
Is there anybody walking around the street? I mean, just kind of.
Oh yeah, this street is pretty much kind of you actually as you kind of walk into there. I guess you probably did
like
maybe
the
like a
district-
tour down here.
the
Yeah,
district
I
of the
mean
city
you
on a
actually have to
Saturday
kind of
night.
dodge a little bit every once in a while. A drunk comes out, stumbles out in front of you.
Gonna say no quiet.
Oh, that's him. He seems to know.
There's actually quite a bit of loud, there's a lot of loud talking. So if you're actually talking amongst yourselves, you have to raise your voice up a little bit.
Well, I kind of grab some of these.
So, what do you have to say?
He throws up on you.
Not a drunk man. Excuse me. Sir,
Yeah, what you want?
what's about the best place to have a meal here, sir? I rolled a 7 on my persuasion.
Down over this side of town, all the place is big money. You go to the steamboat, you better be staying there for the night.
Oh, really? They don't let anybody on there.
You have to keep the guards at the steamboat.
You gotta be a guest for the night.
Oh, well, at least it's protected, I guess.
By the owner, I assume.
Oh, that's the safest place if you want to stay here, Manches.
All right.
But big money's got good food there, though.
Well, that's over to me. Thank you, sir, and have a great evening.
Sounds good.
Big Muddy it is.
The Big Muddy. Okay.
As they say on the Planet Dog.
I can't say that one.
And you.
Yes.
Is that Moss Colony or what is that on?
I'll have you make. Actually, I'll have you and Olaf.
Okay.
Make a cognition roll.
Welcome to the
Difficulty 7.
Three of the girls are like, whoa, we heard about your party,
Seven.
Swedish meatballs. Come on up.
Bunch of book. Oh my God. Holy moly.
24.
Okay.
21.
21.
Okay. So Natalie's over here. That is definitely a brothel.
Okay.
It is a fancy. It's about as close as a fancy house as you're going to get down here under the hill. And you
Must
can
go on top
you
of
can
it.
tell it's got kind of for you. It has got definitely like a Kirby type look to it, even on the outside a little bit, just the way the wood's been painted and stuff. But you can tell through some of the large windows, like fancy windows with the nice curtains, but they're kind of pulled back. You can see inside they've got that decor, you know, like the Caribbean type stuff, and stuff that you would actually see like in New Orleans almost too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then definitely up above, there are various girls there. All of them are dressed up pretty nice. They're also very different. There's a couple of color girls. There's different styles of dresses and stuff like that. There seems to be a lot of variation, you know.
Okay.
I hate talking about that way, but
Right.
however, you do notice there is one girl up there.
The beard.
Made
Yeah.
pudding.
Keeping an eye on that boat.
She's 4 feet tall and she has an axe strapped to her back.
Nobody's decided she's gonna find a man, whatever it takes.
You don't have to jump platforms.
Long time. Split you two.
But she's got
Jump.
she's got like a southern, or not southern, but a red gown, not the big fluffed out ones, like the bell type ones. There's more cut where they get rid of some of that crap they have underneath and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's got like lace stop and everything. She's got very what do you say, sunflower gold colored hair that goes down beneath her
Dress.
her collar. Very porcelain white skin, very really red lips and everything. And you can especially tell she's got like green eyes, hazel green eyes.
In her hand.
And there's a Chinese guy right above.
What does it mean?
Women with
Green eyes.
It's like some of the other girls that kind of, you know, catcall, you know,
Yeah.
the opposite of come in and stuff like that. She's actually got kind of like a little umbrella things, and she just kind of just watches and just kind of views.
Would I recognize maybe she's a madam, or is she more just one of the girls?
I doubt you would probably reckon you would you kind of doubt it's the madam, because usually the madams don't go out on the porch.
Unless they're really
You know, that's kind of like that's like you know the guy that stands out in front of the pizza place with the sign on his guy. That's them basically.
Yeah.
Really. You know,
Buy it slides.
they're out there for a reason.
2 for $5.
So the person who owns this building is probably not going to be too
Right.
pressed to actually go out there and do that themselves.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Little box. That's right. That's it. You want to add some? You know, a little poke.
meanwhile, the rest of you have already been in the Big Muddy and eaten dinner.
right. Oh, that is good food. That is good food.
And you're going to go into the Big Muddy there. It's got a huge mahogany bar with stools. It's very simply designed, but very nice. Up on the walls and stuff. There's a lot of stuff like pictures or mementos of just like Mississippi, the river,
Oh, okay.
boatmen and stuff like that. The one thing you do find interesting as you go in, it's what I say, it's April, so it's still a little chilly at night. It's still got chilly and shit, we gotta go.
Now the camera didn't be cool, but now Black Hawk Down's coming.
We're still kind of chilly outside. You get that nice breeze and stuff like that. In here, as you kind of step in, it's actually kind of warm, and you can see there's actually multiple stoves kind of set up. Whereas most saloons you go to, you're lucky if they have a stove.
Yeah.
If at all, it's like one stove, and if you're lucky, it's not spewing out coal ash and stuff. So it's actually kind of set up so it's actually kind of pretty nice in here, nice and warm and everything. And you can definitely tell there's plenty of tables. There's waitresses, not saloon girls, but actual waitresses. Pretty much older gals and a few younger gals. Serving food and stuff like that. There's a couple tables where people are just drinking. I don't believe.
We'll be doing a little bit of both tonight, gentlemen.
I don't think there's. Okay. What do you do? You can go. There's a couple of empty chairs. There's places up at the bar.
Oh, let's take a table.
Get it together.
You go take a table and everything. Eventually, a serving girl will come over. Probably an older gal and everything.
What do you want?
What do you want?
Or come in here on
She kind of comes by and really politely asks you guys, hey, what do you guys want? What do you doing?
we'd like some food, ma'am.
Pretty much order kind of whatever you want. They got a pretty wide range of stuff. You're not going to get ribs or anything like that.
Ribs,
Chicken, steak, potatoes, vegetables, bread, butter. So
All of that.
Yeah.
you can pretty much order a large thing.
Crawdads.
Probably
We have crawdads, actually.
Yeah.
for a nice meal with drinks, you're probably looking at about $1.
Okay. I got it.
$1.
I'll cover us tonight, gentlemen.
You got to take the link card.
Cover everything.
Dinner. The missing link card, maybe.
Does that include the drinks also, or not?
Yeah, a few drinks. Not like a bunch of whiskey or anything like that, with beers.
Well, I asked her to bring a couple of bottles of whiskey too. So
Okay.
I remember where that would be.
Probably about, just add in a couple, if you're buying good whiskey or cheap
Yeah, it's good whiskey.
For these guys, it's in a bottle.
I say no, ma'am. Best whiskey, please.
The best whiskey.
Be $1 for the meals and $42 for the whiskey.
Yeah, probably.
Good quality whiskey. If you want brandy, or the whiskey is $4 a bottle. If you want brandy, it's $8 a bottle.
One of each, please.
All right, so $12.
Did you have any wine
I'll tip her
in stock?
also.
You want a bottle of wine? I think
Yes,
it's like about $2.
Okay,
Double check.
Even comes in a paper bag.
Good wine.
It's got an O on it.
Good wine is $6. Poor wine is $3.
I'm thinking $6.
Written in purple crayon.
That's right.
And I'll
We can do anything now.
I'll tip her $2.
damn.
Yeah, she'll probably make sure she
I
comes
was
over
going to say you got elected mayor.
throughout the night,
That's fine.
helping you guys out, whatever you want and everything.
That's the purpose of it. To ensure proper service. And get bow laid.
It's easy. I have a wallet.
She goes, takes care of your stuff, brings back your drinks and stuff. Probably since you ordered, did you order beers too and everything?
No? Just whiskey and
just the
wine.
whiskey.
And,
Well, you got, I included some of the beers and stuff in there
Oh, that's
too.
fine.
So, yeah. So probably when she comes out, she's bringing a tray, and there's probably another gal with her that kind of brings her tray and everything. And she's kind of short, probably maybe about 5'4" or so. Can't remember the name. Hunt. It's not Helen Hunt.
Michael Hunt.
Oh, Linda Hunt from like Silverado.
Silverado.
Yeah.
Okay.
A gal. She kind of looks like that, but a little bit younger.
Okay.
And everything like that. She kind of comes over, and as the other gal's kind of putting stuff down, she's kind of helping her and goes, "Well, morning, gentlemen. It was nice of you to come visit the Big Muddy.
Morning. Oh, shit. I'm with you.
Evening. It's been a long day."
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Please,
Forgive me, I'm drunk.
pleased to be here, man.
You must be new in town.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we are. Pleasure to be here. Thanks so much.
Well, what's your pleasure here? Just traveling through, or
Well, we have many pleasures, but yes, we are.
Looking for a friend of ours,
Yes, indeed.
Philip Monroe.
Philip Monroe.
we're looking for a friend of ours, real good one. The one that's dark hair, maybe.
Kind of a fat thin guy.
Fat, thin, tall, short fella.
Traveled down from Memphis to catch up with him because he'd sent his telegram in. We're trying to track him down here today since we gotten into town. Not sure yet, but
Wow, I'm glad to hear that.
you're glad to hear that we didn't find him?
Well, no, because you're here to see it.
Happy you didn't find him.
I didn't hear that.
Because, man,
Tied up in the back.
that steak you're eating is part of him, man. It's up there.
What's the special name? Monroe.
Monroe. Steak Monroe.
John.
She can't understand everything Sweet says. Come on.
You forget to
Oh, well, I'm sorry you can't find your friend. What's his name?
Philip Monroe.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't think I can help you with you on that. But if you look around enough, I'm sure you'll find him.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, man.
She goes, well, either way, it's nice to have you here at the Big Muddy. He goes, if you need anything, just give a holler.
Shall do. Thank you.
And they kind of finish laying out the drinks and stuff like that.
She says that. I'm like, you own the place, man?
No, but I do manage the place.
So I had sex with the owner.
Alan Graffy owns it.
Okay.
He owns this one and the one down at the end, very beginning, the Trace.
Oh, I see. Looks pretty lively. Looks like you get quite a few folk running around town, seems.
Outside? Oh, yeah. He goes, there's quite a few dock workers, people from up above, other travelers that come, some of the soldiers from the forts, outlying forts.
She means aliens.
Yes, aliens.
I am not large.
And actually, in here compared to outside, it's actually kind of quiet.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah,
like, this is nice.
there's no big music going on. There's not a lot of.
Well,
People
I'll
hollering
stop
stuff.
yelling then.
That's where the vampires hang out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I stop yelling. Oh, I thought. Well, my apologies.
Which does seem kind of strange because the one that I described before was the really cheap place where they were just coming in and then going right back out and
Right.
everything like that.
And that's the other one this guy owns.
Yes.
Well, as I said, I noticed that trace. Everybody runs in and they will come back out. Is there a reason for that? Or?
Oh, that's sort of the first stop. Workers come in, first thing they want is a quick drink. Then they move on to whatever it is they fancy for the rest of the night.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes they'll buy a bottle or two, or they'll just drink a few drinks real quick and then move on.
I see.
And then at the end of the night, when everybody else is closed up, they stop back in for one more nightcap.
Oh, so they're open late. I see.
The Gateway Saloon.
I see it has an arch over it.
Early night.
Two golden arches in the front.
No, that's in Dodge City. They have a drive-through in Dodge City.
Oh, yeah.
There's a drive-through saloon they have.
Sea wagons welcome.
But that's such a commute to get there.
I know.
Commute.
Can
So they had brought the food out.
No, yeah, they just the drinks and everything. She goes, well,
It took three of them to bring the drinks.
as I said, if you need anything, just holler.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
So, and she kind of goes off and she actually starts talking. She'll stop and talk to other people.
She's talking to everybody.
Is the
I
beer
thought
any
we were
good?
special.
Is the beer any good?
Yeah.
We are, Bo.
Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
There's a guy back there.
Don't know what type of beer.
I need more water.
Mississippi, but yeah.
It'd be probably full of nerves.
For a country that's at war,
life.
yeah, it's pretty
You
decent.
got the giant slug out back.
I'll take a drink of the beer and be like, "Let's see, hand me that bottle." Will you? I'll pour shots for everybody.
The whiskey is probably imported from Kentucky.
Right.
The brandy, though, is probably from New Orleans.
Well, thank you. Salute, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Here's to a successful hunt. Well, that is good whiskey.
You're smiling like successful hunt. What are we?
Oh, trying to find a friend. You know?
Yeah.
But we haven't been successful yet.
So here's two
A
successful hunts.
successful hunt. Oh, come on,
We're
Terry.
trying to get one. Best wishes of a successful hunt. Would that have been better?
I'll drink a lot.
Let me try it again. Hang on.
I like this conversation.
Yeah, let's try that again.
This is the bourbon this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay, here's to oh shit.
Here's the shit.
I gotta try it again. Hang on.
Here's the shit flying into my river in the morning.
They bring out the food. You're all.
We're having on trains, single dose trains. That should have been Bruno. He should have called it like
Both can't hold
Bruno.
his liquor.
That is straight.
And cases that you want the bottle.
All right. Yeah, here you go.
We'll mail an imaginary bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
It's on its way.
By courier.
Well, shoot at him. Mom Gibbs says, shoot at it. Mom Gibbs.
Yeah.
Hello.
Because we're drinking.
On which platform?
Facebook.
Facebook. Oh.
Yep.
After a while, they kind of bring out your guys' food and everything.
So once we finish eating, Trigger's gonna like, well, I saw something down the way. I think I'm gonna go check out.
I did too.
Where are we staying at tonight, gentlemen, before we part ways?
Back on the boat.
Our boat?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be probably be the safest.
Well, that is sleeping on the deck and everything.
Yeah, so not a bad.
I can secure some beds on the riverboat if you want me to, while you're taking care of other situations.
We want to do that, or we want to hear?
They don't have rooms here.
Yeah, they do have.
They do.
They do.
They have a few rooms here.
I'm going to try to fetch room.
For here,
Yes.
Because he needs to sleep. Yeah.
I would definitely be able to sleep tonight, my
He can
fellow.
drink a whole bottle of wine in about 16 shots. He's good to go.
Anastasia, watch out for saloon girls. Not only will they rob you, but they leave you a party gift, if you know what I mean. Oh, yes, they do. I have many party favors.
so they got 6 small rooms and 1 bunk room upstairs.
That's
So,
works out perfect. Room for
probably like
everybody.
$1 per room and 50 cents for the bunk.
We got, how many
got
of us?
room for all of
5 of us?
Is it?
For the rooms, probably not. No, there's probably maybe 2 rooms available.
They said there were 6 rooms.
Yeah,
Well, there's 6 rooms, but there's 2 available. Yeah, I'm just saying how big they are. They're not that big.
I'm gonna go check out that riverboat. You all can have whatever rooms here you want.
Well, maybe we all stay together for this thing. Hold off. You want to hold off just a second, just in case? You want
I can hold this.
Well, we go down riverboats, see what they got. And if not, we'll just come here and get you all settled up. And you can...
Fellas said it was the safest place to sleep here. Never had to sleep with an armed guard. What they're protecting you from? Bandits?
I don't know. I guess we can
Yeah.
find out. I'm all for it.
Maybe there's some really big fish in the river. Down this way.
Somebody's noodling,
Right.
catfishing.
It is Mississippi.
Yep. Gonna walk over there and see what they're all
I'll
about.
leave another tip on the table as we leave.
Okay. You guys head on over to the steamboat. Or the
Shit, leaving.
Steamboat Hotel. You can actually see on the side of it. It looks like it was actually originally called the Pearl of St. Louis. It's kind of faded, and though it's not like they made a big point to like characterize it. It looks like that's probably what it was before they bought it.
Okay.
You know. And basically, you kind of go on up. You can walk up to the gangplank, and you can kind of get to the area where the 2 guards are.
Yeah.
And as you kind of approach, they just kind of look.
Ahoy!
They kind of wave and everything. It's like, are you guests here?
We'd like to be.
He goes, show us what you got, your money.
Well,
Money.
What do you mean? What? Show us what you got. How much is it?
And he goes, well, that depends on what you're getting, but we just want to know that you got money.
Oh.
I reach out, I got a wad, so I,
Okay. As long as they see that. they all with you and go on.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
kind of step off to the side and everything.
Thank you, Bo.
And you can tell these guys, they look like they're probably ex-soldiers.
Okay.
But they do
Ran into some of these.
carry sidearms and then double barrel shotguns.
Right.
Didn't we run into some of these guys in Nashville?
Not these folks.
Well,
Another group.
they was had a little furry ears.
Yeah.
Probably as we walk past them, I kind of look at one of them. I'm like, rough end of town. Kind of looking at their guns.
Kind of nods and looks out. And you remember when you came here? I mean, there was a gunshot
Yeah.
early when you first got here that
when we
morning.
got off the boat.
Yeah. So, and actually, probably while you guys were there and like eating and stuff, you probably do hear a couple gunshots every once in a while.
Okay.
You know, but they're like, but probably they kind of gives you a look, kind of looks out there, and it's like, you don't have to worry about that here, Mister.
Fair enough. You need a good night's rest.
If that's what you want, that's what you can get, and then plenty more.
All right. Well, we just have to go and see.
Everything but the girls. He goes, kind of tipped his hat to you. And
I kind of go. Me. The girls are just waitresses. Very good. Very good. Well, let's go. Let's see what they see, gentlemen. This way.
okay.
I have no idea where we're going.
Walks out the back of the right of the river.
Back down the gangplank toward the town. Well, I don't know where this boat is.
But I do sure remember where a brothel was.
Bo's staying tonight.
Basically, the first floor part of the
I'm
boat
going to find you.
is basically got a large casino, probably on the back half here, and it takes up pretty much like a little less than half of it. As you probably kind of go on in the center, you can see the boat has been heavily modified. Once you get inside the main part of it, and like the main entry part here is like an open gallery part, so that way there's an area that you go into the casino. Before you can go into the casino, you have to go to a checkout, and basically you put your guns in there.
Oh, check your guns.
You know, or you leave your guns. Though there's signs up there that say, you know, if you're staying here, leave your guns up in your room, or you check them in down here.
Okay.
And there's like two more guards, and they basically, as you can see, like people going, they kind of like frisk them down a little bit. You know, not like TSA professional frisk you down.
Yeah.
But they do give you a good look over to make sure you know how.
Right.
Right. I'm on a break.
you see him pull up one guy. All right, we're going to search you a little deeper.
Well, gentlemen, I guess I don't have to go to the brothel now.
All right, let's go. Riverboat Mark. We know where you guys got Derringer.
Yeah. I wanted to be noodling here. You find it in there yet? No.
Dig deeper.
Besides the lobby, there's like a small bar, pretty much right across. And then over in here, there's like a restaurant. And then over here seems it's like kind of like where the kitchen is. It's kind of closed off. You can't really see it or anything. Then there are signs going upstairs. So like the promenade deck is primarily the hotel part. There's like 80 rooms here that are standard, and then there's like 10 suites. So rooms are about $2 a room, and then suites are $5 a room.
How many people sleep in a suite?
If you're sleeping like on a couch or something like that, you could probably get, and you double up on the bed, you're talking about maybe about 3 people.
And how much is a suite again?
$5.
Fine.
Was the regular room?
I'll
$2.
I'll pitch out the money for everybody to have a suite. Their own suite.
Sweets they got.
Do they have 5 available?
My lord.
I don't need no sweet. I get
They
lost.
probably won't have 5 of it. They got 1 available.
There you go. That's sweet.
How many common rooms they got?
They've got enough to accommodate anybody that comes in. There's like 80
All right.
standard rooms.
You get your sweet.
5 common rooms.
Yep. You can get you a suite if you want.
No.
Don't forget Woodlawn's with you too.
Right. 6 common rooms.
So. And pretty much
That's what you
actually,
wanna do.
when you do come in, there is like another reception desk.
Yeah,
That's where you pretty much are kind of like motioned to go over
I'll buy a suite when I win.
to get
There you go. I'll go get me a suite now.
to get a room and everything. And basically, they'll hand out like a token to each of you.
Okay.
And as well as keys, since you have your guests, you'll get like a token and a key. The key for your room, the token is if you want to use in the
Bob Gibbs was
facilities.
talking.
You want to go to the restaurant, you want to go to the casino. It looks like you kind of show them your token. It's kind of like having a stamp.
Right.
They want to know that you paid to be in there.
All right.
And then the third deck is also guest rooms, but there also appears to be private parlors for poker and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So you get your keys, you
Private
go to
parlors
your
for poking?
rooms, huh?
For poking?
Poker.
Oh, poke her. Right.
Poker in the front, parking in the rear.
Yeah.
So you guys can go to your rooms, whatever you want to do.
Go to your rooms. I'm going to go to my room and ditch weapon and actually go to gamble a little bit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask the rest of the group if they'd like to join me for a nightcap with some friendly wagering.
Woodlawn will probably spend he'll probably go to sleep. He's an NPC. It's hard to play.
Yeah, I'm not going to go too late. I do want to get some sleep. But a little gambling.
Olaf's going to go ahead and hit the hay. He's had a long 3 days.
Okay.
Bad 2 nights. 2 nights.
He's at -3. He probably shouldn't be gambling.
Yeah. You gonna gamble, boy? Or you gonna check out one of those other
I'll
places?
come down and hang out with you before I hang out myself.
Lock my weapons in my room and meet up with you guys and get down there and gamble a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe we can find some information while we're gambling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put my guns away and when you were gambling. Then if you're gonna go somewhere, I'll probably strap my guns on and follow him just to make sure nothing.
You can
happens.
take him if you don't want to go back upstairs. You can take him to the checkout.
Oh,
to
yeah, I'll do that.
That desk there.
I'll do that.
You're right with your special ones?
Mhm.
You're right. Take one of them special ones?
Oh, when we go out, I'll have them with me, but
Oh, okay.
they're safe here.
All right.
Yeah, they'll give you a ticket. And put him.
But I wasn't even going that fast.
I know.
Okay.
They don't charge you for leaving your guns there or anything like that.
Well, let's go watch you lose some money.
Absolutely. Let's go, gentlemen.
Do you actually want to do the whole gambling thing, or
We can just make it a general deal. We're more looking for information than actual.
okay?
I won at gambling.
Huh?
I haven't won at
Actually,
gambling.
no, I will be gambling.
You want to gamble? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll give it a shot too.
Gonna force me to break out the book.
Yep.
Yay!
Of course, I don't know what. Let's see.
What
Go
about-
fish!
Well, it's a skill check, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
like for an hour.
Well, no, it's actually a little bit different. But
There's some variations on how you can do it.
Yeah.
the one they have in the book is mainly for poker.
That's fine.
Is that what you're playing, or that's actually the most fairest game there is?
Yeah.
The rest is kind of, for anyone who doesn't know, most gambling games are pretty much rigged in one way or another.
Really?
Real poker.
They favor the house.
Yeah.
Basically.
They flavor the house.
Yeah, when I was in a House of Cards, we would generally use the poker rules, but when it came down to the main players, because it was like Maverick, it's like an elimination tournament,
Oh,
we would actually play like 5-card draw
right.
and do it that way. So, and then one time we did Indian poker, which was really fun. Yeah, whenever it was the actual players, you'd play a hand of 5-card draw, and then you roll your gambling, and you can use your raises to increase your hand. Like if you had
nice.
a hand,
Right.
you could still roll your gambling, and if you got raises, your hand would go up. So you actually played the hand, but your character is actually enhancing what
Right.
hand you drew.
Right. That's pretty cool.
So that's how we did that. That was kind of cool. I like that.
Who all's on what right now? Do we have our regulars on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
I'm on as well, but since the computer's right here, I'm monitoring. I just respond real fast. So,
I don't want me to say hello to anybody that's on the cameras.
Well, Mod Gibbs.
Hey, Mod.
Yep. He's actually sent a whole bunch of things saying, "Hey, are you guys on Twitch stream?"
Yes, we are.
Yep. And I responded to that. And if you could connect Twitch streams on YouTube at the same time, you get double the money. Well, we don't make money, but thank you.
We're trying to, but we'll have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you could stream this, you could get money on there and more viewers. I mean, the viewers would be really cool, and we're just glad to have people like you guys join us and hang out with us. So,
We'll figure out how to do that.
Someday we'll
Sure.
do that.
yeah.
So, any information you got, send it our way. That'd be good.
Okay.
Free stream in one day. So, but
So for long-term gambling, use a different method here. The Gamblers First decide on the average stakes. $1 to
That's what
$5
John
per
Berger
hand is common for serious gambling. Then everyone makes the gambling aptitude check. The lowest total pays the highest total. The difference times the stakes. The next lowest pays the second highest, and so on. If there's a odd man left down the middle, he breaks even. So, are you gambling against each other, or are you just kind of going off on your own?
I'm assuming we're at the same table.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
is a constitutional political commentator.
Same table or different
Comedy
tables?
maker. Oh.
We'll say there
I
could
just
be.
vote for an empty table. I don't know, or for a open spot at a table.
Yeah,
So.
so you can say you can have up to 5 players at a table
Right.
for poker. We'll say.
Right.
So it's just the two of you gambling.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a hand.
You're gonna do one. Okay. And then we'll just have 2 fake people.
Okay.
And you guys decide what the stakes are. Basically.
New York strip.
Go to the highest, $5.
$5.
So basically, you roll your aptitude.
Gambling.
Yep.
D6. Oh boy, I'm a good gambler.
So there's.
Well, don't you have a bonus?
You're a lover, not a gambler.
Don't you get a bonus for?
Damn. Hey,
If I use,
pop twice.
there's stuff I can use if I want to cheat. But
16.
17.
Dale or Dennis, would you be so kind as to roll 4d6?
46. Add them up.
Yeah, as a gambling roll, you'll be the 2 other players.
Oh, okay. 7.
7. Okay, so who has the highest?
17.
17. So who's the
just
lowest?
the highest die. It's like you're doing.
Oh, well, I thought, that's right, 10.
10. Okay, so 17's the highest. Who's
I
the
got
lowest?
4.
Okay, so basically you
Here's
get
my
$5.
$5,
So
gentlemen.
he wins and he loses. Or we all lose and he wins or something?
Yeah, so actually, who's just the? There's 5. So who's the second highest?
Me.
You'll win $5.
Okay.
Who's the third highest?
I had a 7.
He had 7. So your character would
he got 10.
He got 10. His character would have broken even. Yours would have lost money, and yours lost.
So I lost $5.
So and you guys gained $5.
Yeah.
I bet $5 too.
Yeah.
Well, it was a $5 bet, wasn't it?
Yeah, you get $5 on top of whatever you put in.
So that next hand,
I'll do it again.
of course you will. I play cards a little strange.
It's only got one die on there. That's awesome.
I got a 1d6. Not much of a huckster.
17.
17.
Oh wow.
9. Who's the second highest?
Black lightning.
18.
18. Okay. And who's the 2 lowest?
5.
3.
And what's yours?
Mine was 9.
I'm playing Uno. And you guys
So Mike will lose. Your character will win. And the rest.
green 7.
And,
This is a wild card. I got a black joker. Oh crap.
oh, who's the middle one? Who's the middle guy?
I was in the
You were the
middle.
middle guy. Okay, so you broke even.
So I get another 5.
Yep, you get another 5. You lose 5.
This ain't so bad.
Yeah, I'm not playing. But
Let's do one more hand, gentlemen. I'm
Yeah, I'll
feeling
do one
pretty
more
good tonight.
That's it. I gotta save my $5 for the other side out of town.
Popped.
Again, I got a green 7. Uno.
Reverse, we pass our cards around the table here.
Who's the highest? Who's the two highest?
Hold on, he's still rolling.
7.
Who's the two highest then?
17.
11.
9, so those two would be the two highest.
And then who's the middle one?
What'd you get, Wade? 7. What'd you get?
7.
Oh,
Ooh, it's a tie.
interesting. Yeah, I guess that would make both of you. I guess both of those characters would break even.
Yeah.
And one last time. Why not?
Oh, what the hell? It's only money.
Can't lose much now.
Yeah, I already lost it all. Well, I got better than last time. I got a red 7 this time.
5.
15.
4.
4.
Yeah, four.
Yeah. 4.
26.
Wow.
You two lose. So you two lose, and Trigger wins.
Yep.
After the guy I'm playing gets up from the table, Copperhead's gonna go out and rob him. I don't have a gun, sorry.
You would have to. You would walk up to me like, give me your money.
Overall.
Yeah, I could use overall.
Yeah. No, you lost. Yeah, I lost.
Yeah.
Is there a
Give me
bar,
your money or you're going
tavern on the boat too, or just?
There's one in the casino. You could have been ordering drinks
No, actually, I wasn't.
while you were playing.
No.
It's just like there's a casino here, or there's a bar in the casino, but then there's another bar also.
I'm gonna go over to the bar and have a drink. So I'm gonna quit game one for now.
Okay. Yeah, join them or whatever you guys. What else you guys doing?
Oh, I'll probably have a couple drinks.
Ask the bartender if he knows who Monroe is. They were working on it.
Yeah, when you get over there, you ask him. He's probably like a short fella, newspaperman.
Yeah.
Yeah, saw him a couple weeks ago. I remember him.
Was he in here?
He came in here, didn't drink much, but he'd come in here and sit. Have a gin and tonic, baby. I think that was his drink.
Talk to anybody while he was here? Well,
I talked to a lot of people, I think, but I don't know of anyone specific.
Yeah, nobody in particular, huh?
Not that I know of.
When was the last time you saw him?
He may have talking to the owner quite a bit, but she talks to everybody as well.
She?
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, let me find her name in my notebook.
Not the women, Bo. Not the women.
Josephine.
Josephine?
Josephine. I can't turn the page.
Well, I don't know your last name.
Josephine Ratliff.
Right there. Why does that sound familiar? He just told me it. Is that familiar?
No,
Okay.
not unless you read the book.
Read the book.
That's a character out of the book.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Out of one of the books.
Oh, yeah.
But he goes on, but I haven't seen him in a while. He only stayed here for a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 days.
Where did he stay in here? Do you remember? Did he say?
No, I don't remember. He didn't stay in no suite. Well, I guess he could have been, but I didn't imagine he would.
Fair enough. Thank you for the drinks, sir.
Yep. That'll be $2,000.
Well, obviously the bar is the house here.
Is the good lady here tonight?
Oh, she's always here. She's probably over in the casino, though.
Well, we were over there. I didn't see her.
There's a lot of people in the casino. Actually, I didn't say most of the people on the boat here. They're kind of like the ones I can describe today. These are like fancy. They're rich people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not all rich people,
Right, but
but
they've got money.
they've got money. I mean,
Yes, that's
just the fact
nice.
that you have to buy a room to be here,
Yeah.
and, you know, it kind of suggests something, you know.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I think I'm off to bed.
And you probably actually did see a lot of like officers and stuff too.
Well, that makes
Military.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about perusing finding this young lady. What's this boat?
Well, can't miss us. She's kind of a big gal. long auburn hair.
I'm on the hunt, gentlemen.
All over herself.
Orangutan.
They do kind of have auburn hair.
And I'm kind of big.
The bear comes in.
You got
I'm like, where's Monroe? He's like the little kid and thinks, get out of here.
Help me!
He's down in the basement. It's like there's a stalking snake.
It's always hypnotizing me for crap. That's the voices in my head.
You go back into the casino. Go ahead and roll your search.
Search.
Your search.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
Where the dead air.
Blood.
Of your enemies.
11.
Okay.
You do eventually kind of glance, you kind of wander around, and eventually you do see someone that kind of meets that description, and she's probably talking to like a colonel from the army and everything like
Well,
that.
I'll pleasantly wait and have my drink.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you still with me or?
I'll probably just stand out at the bar.
Eventually she kind of moves on and starts talking, and you probably sees you kind of watching her. Well, hello there, sir.
Hello, ma'am. I understand that you are the proprietor or owner of this fine establishment here upon the
Well,
river?
yes, I am.
Oh, indeed. I thought I caught an eye.
Who may you be?
Beauregard T. Johnson.
I am
Lieutenant retired.
Josephine Ratliff.
Miss Rath.
Don't believe we had the pleasure of meeting before.
Well, I certainly have not, but I wanted to meet.
But she knows the name.
I thought, oh, God, I really wanted to make it part of my repertoire to meet.
Actually, hold on one second.
Bo fits himself and moves away.
I'm sorry.
Danielson.
No, go on. Go on.
That's for my nephew.
I'm sorry.
Go on, sorry.
Yes. Well, I was. Now I'm all flustered.
You all right? You need a
No,
drink?
I'm not. Everyone's talking about nephews.
She kind of probably waves. Felix, bring over a drink for this man.
Oh, that's it. It is a bit.
Compliment you on the house.
Well, God, well, bless you, my dear. I was a bit curious. Is this boat still run up and down the river or such, or have you modified it just to stay here?
Oh, no, it does not run. He goes, the engine had broken out on it, and it was cost far more. It would have been cheaper to build a new boat than it was to replace it.
I see.
But when I heard of it being on sale, most people were thinking of just tearing it apart and the spare wood and such, and I thought, well, I wanted to start a business here down in Natchez, but the rains in the Mississippi sometimes can be a hazard.
That isn't true. That is true.
So I figured maybe if I made my boat a little bit more floatable, or my hotel a little bit more floatable, then I could avoid such unforeseen consequences.
I kept looking at the gods, and I see you're wise enough to make sure you have other consequences.
And actually, when you kind of look around, there is one guy there that's actually kind of watching the two of you. Mm-hmm. And he looks like he's definitely probably was in a veteran.
Yeah,
You know,
bodyguard.
He's got a big, heavy mustache, nice trimmed hair. He's in kind of a nice suit and everything, but you can tell he's probably got a couple of shoulder rigs
Right.
and everything. But he doesn't carry a shotgun or anything.
Right.
Probably nod to him. I go, well, do you feel secure this evening staying here? Indeed. So,
He goes, I assure you, there is no riffraff on board this ship.
well, I
Better
certainly
leave the room.
why I made it a high point
No,
of my,
we're sleeping now.
why I wish to stay
I'm
about
still
here
sitting at
this
the
evening.
table.
I love
Fine.
the house. Quite beautiful. The park upon the top was quite a fresh scenery up there.
Oh, yes, it is. It used to be a little rougher back in the day when Grant and his devils came down the river, but now things are much, much better.
Well, yes, of course it is. The Northern stay up north and they can stay there. If they're not, we'll put them back up there.
My sentiments exactly there.
Indeed, indeed. I was actually down here from.
So fun to talk so badly about us.
Yes,
I know.
I was actually wondering if you might know a friend of ours. He sent us a telegram up this way, and Mr. Philip Monroe.
Oh, I do recall the name, yes. Help me out, though.
I described him. He's a reporter of sorts.
Yes, I do remember him. Yes, very talkative, very nice fellow.
But he was. We just kind of trying to look up for him, and no one seemed to seen him for some time now. So, you know.
Well, I have not seen him either for some time. I'm not sure. He didn't exactly partake in the gambling very much. Oh, too much on the drinking, as far as I know.
Well, that sounds like Monroe not able to entertain himself with the true delights of the world.
Well, he entertained himself by talking to a lot of other people, I would imagine. He talked to more people than I do.
Well, my word.
I should have hired him as a host.
Well, he has a twisted tongue, that is for sure, but it was always singing true.
Well, I don't know about a twisted tongue. He seemed like a perfect gentleman.
Well, he was, but, you know, a reporter sometimes can twist the tongue around.
Well, that is true. That is true.
Well, I thank you for this brief repertoire between us, and I thank you for allowing me to stay this evening here.
Oh,
I
it is
really
our
enjoyed
pleasure.
it. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Any other highlights here in town we should investigate into before we head on upon our way?
Well, there's depends on what type of trouble you are looking for.
I can handle all sorts of trouble, my dear.
He goes, well, just across the street is Nelly's, if that's the type of trouble you want. I'm sure you've seen it.
Well, who hasn't?
There's a young guy by the name of
No, Mike. That guy? Oh, no.
Her mother's dying breath. Her mother's last word.
What were you calling a child?
All right.
there goes the madame there is Nelly Cartier.
Nelly Cartier. All right, well. And, I did partake of what was the name of the gun store that was up there?
The gunsmith.
Yeah. Gunsmith. Yeah, he was quite an interesting fellow.
Oh yes, the dwarf.
Yes. I kind of smile a bit. But a good craftsman, I give him that. I did pick up one rifle. It was very nice.
Oh, that's very good. I unfortunately am not very knowledgeable on such things as weapons.
It is more
I'll leave that to my man Baxter.
Baxter. Very fine weaponry, though, up there. Hey, well, what else is there? I'll say.
Oh well, if you like to see sights, I suppose there's always the Longhouse.
The Longhouse?
It's sort of a interesting local
That's where
thing.
the long people live.
Yes.
They serve long pork there.
And where's that?
It is on that part of town.
You are here. Would you like to learn more?
Yes.
Was that a little holograph palm?
Is that a restaurant of sort? Or what?
Yeah. Not far down from where you
Oh, okay.
know where that quarter, that one section I explained
okay.
to you where the posts were?
Right.
It's just basically down a couple blocks.
Okay. And is there a theater here in town? Or?
Up on the hill, I'm sure there is.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there would be a theater.
It's a bar.
Is there a theater in town? Get off my boat. Go one of those thespian.
There's an AMC that shows every.
Well, I have
every
my
couple hours.
Netflix subscription here. I'll throw it out in the river and see what I get. All right. Well,
Go to Nelly's and get your Netflix
Yeah.
subscription.
oh, very indeed. Well, I thank you for your time. I know you have a busy night ahead of you. And
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you today, sir.
indeed. You know, tap my hat to the gentleman. I'll go back. All right, let's go get laid.
I just want to get out of here. I'm not all into this hoity-toity stuff. I need to.
Shoot somebody.
No, just be among my own rowdy kind.
Well,
Sure. So you still with him, or
Make sure you don't get shot.
still game? Oh, you can still game.
Yeah. So
You want to put up bigger money and count it as several hands, or
sure.
so? Yeah, you name how much you want to gamble. How much the price you want to gamble.
Well,
what's the price of gambling to your soul, boy?
There's an 800 number.
make sure you got the right deck there.
No, no, this one's all marked. Yeah, but big K right there, King.
And then that's
I don't know.
8.
Basically, Trigger's got a gambling problem, so he's
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, we didn't know this.
Yeah, we know that.
How long are you going to be gambling for? The rest of the night?
as long as I have money and unless somebody pulls me away. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll ask you this. You got, you do see him still gambling.
I don't know anything about his gambling problem, so
Well, come on. You got meetings. You got pet pots. You give them special tokens every day they go out gambling.
That's the
admitting
first
I have a
step.
problem.
Yeah.
The first step is being a friend.
Oh, okay. You want to solve your gambling problem?
Stop.
Shoot you right in the leg. Don't gamble. That's my solution. That's $50 for therapy.
You can bet your money on that one.
Okay, we'll resolve it. You want to resolve it now, or just in case you run on the mountain, you want to do something else?
I mean, once I run out of money, I'll just head upstairs.
Okay.
I mean,
You can. We'll if you want, we'll play one more hand if you want to name how much money you're willing to risk.
Woo-wee.
well, I mean, at the moment I got 130, so
Want to put all 130 down?
sure.
Say that's kind of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we all just roll?
Yep. But you got new players now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mike, you go ahead and roll 3d10.
Woo!
Dale, you roll 3d12 for me.
Holy cow!
And I just randomly pulled these out.
God.
You 1d12 or not? 1d12.
Okay.
And Dennis, if you can roll me 2d8.
They were 2D4.
2d4. 6.
You got a 6. What did you get? Start with
28.
28.
29.
Oh,
29.
so I
Did
got
anybody beat those two?
no.
No.
Not
No.
even close.
Okay, so you're the two highest.
Yeah.
So so that means 2 losers. So how much you had? What did you bet?
130 is what I had.
Okay,
So
130. Okay, so you would gain 130. So the rest of you are unemployed. And that will actually take. That's going to be like probably a couple hours of gambling.
yeah.
It's good though.
So you will actually probably get tired while you're on a good hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably closing. We're closing.
Yeah.
Now you need to now. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. You gamble everything. Look at him. He only 3 years old and take away his candy. Mama, no candy now. See, ain't no candy. Bad person.
All right. You guys
Stereotypical words.
gonna head over to Nellie's?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Cigarette break. Anybody else need to take a break?
And now an intermission.
So I don't feel so bad.
The intermission. What a
Let's all
show.
go to the lobby. Let's all go.
everybody. Okay.
There you go. So if you are tuning into us, don't forget to check out our Linktree that we have available. You can find it on any of our social media. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in so far tonight.
Yeah,
we will be continuing here in a moment. We're just taking a quick stretch out and grab stuff and use bathrooms and things like that. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them on any of our media that we have up and running tonight, which is Twitch, Facebook, and TikTok.
Yeah. Don't ask questions. Just go with the flow. We call this the mud slide.
Put the sheepskin pants on.
Muddy trombone, not the rusty trombone. That's all.
Muddy trombone.
Just keep that carrot still.
On the go.
What are you? Jesus.
You're stuck in the TikTok.
All right. So you head on over to Nellie's.
Oh, Nelly.
Number bell.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
You get a girl.
Uh-huh.
Found out firsthand.
Rosie?
Okay. Well, you head on over there. When you get there, there is a bouncer
Boing, boing, boing.
at the front, and he does charge $3 to get in.
Oh, that's cover charge.
And yeah, there actually is a cover charge. You can tell this is probably like another place that kind of wants to keep certain people out.
Now, did you bring your own beer in, or is it what kind of strip club is this? So,
Is there an extra pencil around?
I had a whole bag of them. I don't want to have to do them all.
We hate them.
Apparently, I had a whole bag of them.
I thought they were pretzels. Oh, I didn't
They
know.
were softer than the candy.
These pencils are nice.
Oh, I only broke two teeth.
Chocolate.
Yes.
Well, it's good for your body anyway.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, you gotta go on inside. And basically,
That's what he's doing
very
inside.
large. Most of the first floor is very like a large part of the room, but it is kind of set up in a very Caribbean sort of decor,
Right.
and everything.
So is the DJ up there?
No, you got a Jamaican up there
The drum.
Steel drum.
playing some reggae and stuff like that. Again, there's like soldiers, probably some people from up on the hill, the richer folk, and everything. Not many. There is not much riffraff in here. There's plenty of other. Because further down this way, which I haven't described, is pretty much the squalid.
Right.
The skid
You know, the further down the block you go, away from where the road even ends,
Yeah.
is basically that's the slaughter pens of the whorehouses and
Yeah.
brothels.
You start here, you end there.
Yeah.
Rigs.
Pretty much.
No, you don't want to end there.
Yeah.
So, there is plenty of girls. As soon as you walk in, there's probably a couple of girls kind of talking to you. Yeah.
Red pop. Oh,
They gotta come over and start talking to you and everything. I mean, they even get a little touchy a little bit, but not too touchy, you know. I mean, it's just-
whorehouse are touching me. My goodness, what kind of excitement?
I was a place that had ball pits. I didn't understand what was going on here.
We knuckle and make some cookies.
This is ridiculous. He's undoing his pants.
This is terrible.
I can't understand what's happening here.
Well, when Bo bought off Randy, he really bought it off. And I was like, no, don't touch me.
So I didn't say that. There's no cob here, so.
There is kind of a bar, it's a small bar. You can either go up there and order something, or there's a girl that will go up. And usually, when you order something for a girl, you're ordering for her too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know. So, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Oh, just pretty much all small talk and like find out who owns the place. It's,
Nelly Cartier
okay.
owns the place. You can find that out easily.
You've already been told that once.
Yeah, you were already told
I'm
that
on to
once.
verify. Do that reporter thing.
And basically, you can probably we'll point her out, just like how Josephine was. She kind of walks around a little bit.
Yeah, guys, fly.
She's of mixed heritage,
Okay.
so there's definitely some color. in her. You're not too sure what the other part is.
Copyright.
Probably European, European and black.
Okay.
I'm not a PN. You're a PN.
And she does dress kind of like doesn't dress like a whore. More like
Madam.
a madam. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little less gaudy though, actually. Probably something more. Actually, probably more. Yeah, you would know. She probably in a very French style, almost like a French
Toast.
lady.
Ooh, French toast.
French toast. French fry. She could be a food, mascot too. You never know.
Now Underhill, where is that?
You are in
You're
Underhill.
in Underhill.
This is Underhill.
Yeah, and then there's a saloon called Underhill.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not in that.
Okay.
You're in the whorehouse called Up Under Her Hill.
Up and Underhill.
Right.
Yeah.
Over and around.
Over and around the back door.
Well, I'll probably talk with her a little bit. You know.
Okay. You kind of go and approach her.
When he's doing the small talk, I'll probably stick with him just to
Okay.
overhear stuff, and maybe if there's questions asked, maybe I'll think of something. But once he starts doing his business, I'll probably just have a drink.
Wow. I get like.
Well, that usually costs extra, and you need a specialist.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and watch.
That's the specialist part.
It's the booth, you know. Tokens.
So, you kind of go up and everything, and she basically kind of nods and everything at you. She didn't know if you're really coming up to talk to her or what, you know.
Ma'am, a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Lovely place you have here.
And when she talks, I can't do a French accent, very well, but yeah, she does have kind of a French Creole accent to her. Everything.
More like the Cajun.
I guarantee you'll get it right down.
Yeah, she's got it's sort of light,
I guarantee.
chocolatey
Yes.
skin, very round face. The hair is it's probably long, but it's all bunded up and everything with various whatever you call that stuff you put in twigs, weeds,
Some fish heads.
the braids and the combs.
Oh my God, that was very interesting.
And she does have some very nice jewelry too.
Okay.
Made of children.
So it's like, even so.
Wonderful. It's very thing. Lovely establishment you have here.
Well, I thank you very much.
The decor seems to be out of New Orleans then. Is that where you're from?
Martinique,
Indeed.
the Caribbean.
Indeed.
You know, that is where I come from. Well, France originally, but no, Martinique is where I grew up.
Quite lovely. What brought you all the way to this small establishment?
Well, not too far actually. I have lived in New Orleans for a while, but now I come here.
Oh, whereabouts in New Orleans? Does she have any marks on her hand? Like she's a huckster?
Like a huckster? No, she does not. Well, she does have one that says Hell's Angel inside. Property of the Hell's Angel.
is not a huckster. Oh, damn it.
I'm not familiar with New Orleans because I did not study or research it for this, but she kind of names off probably been in New Orleans. What would be
Oh, probably it's French Quarter.
the French Quarter? Duh, yeah, duh. So yeah, she probably
French nickel.
yeah because I spent some time in the French Quarter.
Oh, very nice.
Are you familiar with New Orleans?
Yes, I've been there a few times.
Oh, well, where are you? What places have you gone? And she'll kind of talk to you a little bit. about
I'll recognize all the houses that he's been to.
Probably buy offer her a drink or anything like that.
Do you actually say any of the places you've been?
Yes.
Are they any of the brothels or?
If she goes like, I might be a talk shop, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, she does know the places, and she actually probably starts looking at you a little bit differently. Like maybe
You are shit. My God. You're the worst. That's all I've ever
Are
seen.
you the one that ran up onto the roof of Jenny's place with your underwear on your head?
Well, yes, I did, and I had a reindeer right here with a glowing nose, and said, "I'm Rudolph, bitches," and I flew off into the night.
Comment on TikTok. Nothing better than watching two grown men pretend to be a brothel mistress and a cowboy.
Hey, what else you gonna do on a Tuesday night?
Hey, DM's gonna do what a DM's gonna do, man.
That's what they call
Full role play.
We can wear many hats in this group. That's really frightening.
But all our pants.
Oh, and everybody's pants. Yeah.
She probably at that point probably does kind of wave you over to where the bar is. And she probably kind of like motions you over to the bar to like get a drink or something while you're talking, and it's actually on the house.
Oh,
Except for you, she doesn't recognize you.
Yeah, I would. When she talked about New Orleans, I would probably talk a little bit about it.
Would you? Do you know a little bit?
Yeah, I lived there for a while with
Okay.
my wife Carla,
Okay.
so that's where we were living.
Okay. So she probably asks, ask
Yeah,
who you
I
are.
wouldn't
Actually,
name any
she does
brothels,
ask
but-
who you are too, Bo. She doesn't really know you per hand, but she probably actually maybe does kind of know a little bit about maybe who you might have been or something like that. Especially if you went to the brothels a lot and stuff like that and spent a lot of money.
yeah.
But she doesn't say anything outright like she knows you or anything.
Yeah, I've heard of you, and you can have her.
Yeah. Or worse, yeah, I've heard of you and I know you're a part of the court. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you guys kind of continue ordering some drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah, and eventually I'll bring up Monroe if she's seen him, if he's around, not been around.
He goes, no, I'm afraid I do not know anyone like that.
Well, he kind of reporter person and everything. He was looking into some woman named Lass in the Underhill. That was one of his notes he was talking about. You know any of this woman or something? Other?
A lass under the hill.
Irish lass in Underhill.
Oh, Fiona.
Fiona?
Oh, yes, Fiona. Fiona Blythe.
Fiona Blythe. You want to write that since my penmanship is shit?
I'm right with an erection.
Yeah,
This damn paper keeps moving. I can't balance it, right?
well, I'm in the middle of something. I'm pitching
I can't. Why does this paper keep getting wet?
Sorry, man.
the stickiest paper I've ever messed with.
Fiona Blythe.
What now? She own an establishment or something around here? Or she a girl?
Well, she is a girl, yes. She works for me.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, Underhill. All of this is Underhill. Over on top of the hill is above.
Well, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, probably Lou Frontset or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Yes, indeed.
Because not to be confused, there is a saloon called the Underhill, but that is a different one.
I see. Well, is there a possibility? And I'd be more than, I mean, I have some money. I'd be able to speak with her. Maybe she remembers seeing him. He seemed to have disappeared. Maybe it could be a conversation with her.
Because I'm sure I can arrange a conversation if that is what you want.
Well, for some stars.
Well, just you? Probably looks over at you.
Not thinking I'm going to be involved in that particular conversation.
She kind of smiles, but then goes, there's no worries. She's does not do specialty stuff anyway. But I can arrange for someone else. This is good.
Well, what about you? Do you still work?
Only occasionally.
I kind of smile. Well, if you go back in the service, let me know. I'm very experienced resume. And I've increased my vigor.
What, you're increasing it right now?
No, I did. I went from 1d6 to 2d6. So it can last 2 minutes.
A full 2 minutes now.
That's full of minutes.
The truth of Bo's conquest comes out.
Yeah. He just throws money around. They're like, yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be over. You won't even know what happened.
It's like, we're done. Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
That's why they call him quick draw.
Quick draw.
Quick Drabo.
Bravo.
Whoop for now. Okay.
And Bo's left the building.
Yep, I'm done. Thank you.
He goes, you wish for me to arrange it?
If you would not mind, I appreciate it.
He kind of talks and whispers to one of the girl, and he goes, she will take you up to the room, and she will be up there shortly.
Very good. And go, well, small talk some more about maybe France or something like that. And
Oh, well, the one gal, she takes you up there. She actually
she
takes your hand. She kind of takes you up there.
I see. Don't forget the questions you're going to ask. And I don't mean, what are you wearing under that?
Oh, we both having a conversation, and then
No, I think the conversation's probably going to be topless or something like that. I'm not going to be up there for that.
first you can leave after.
I'll stay down here and watch your back.
Watch my if you want.
Don't be down here watching your
I
back.
don't want to watch your backside going up and down. I'm not watching that.
I can't look at you. I go, just in case. Maybe you should.
What?
Are we kind of by ourselves at this point, or?
Yeah, if you kind of stop or something
Yeah.
and pull away
Go
from the
upstairs
girl.
with you?
Just for a bit. You have a certain way if things don't go my way. You might be able
Well,
to.
you do realize since you enter brothel a lot, she's sending her up there to do that thing.
Well, that's after.
Well, to her room
All
is
right,
usually
all right.
when
You can stand
they
up and-
do it. Yeah.
You can stand out there and yell, all right, that's my question, boy. All right, wait down here and watch the back.
It's not like you're gonna go in there. This is my manager. this is my coach. All right, man. You can do it. All right. Now listen, I've been training you now for years. Yeah, boy. Get it down. Champion belt. You go right. Get it.
Give you the all right. I want you to go in there. Last more than 30 seconds this time.
All right, Rock. This is what you gotta do. You gotta get in there and take off the pants this time. Take off the pants all the way. Last time you didn't take off the pants. Nothing happened. Game over.
No, you go have a conversation, and if things work out,
I really should have brought some whiskey in this.
Right? Next time.
You're gonna do this.
I'm just here to make sure you don't get robbed.
Our burgeoning conversation.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay, that went over.
She leads you up to a room. It's definitely, it's a woman's room. It's probably the one that she
It's a
actually
roommate of women.
oh my God.
is, that she stays in.
Oh, okay.
There's probably a cabinet in there. There's basically whatever various stuff. It's not like, it's pretty much average stuff as far as the decor. There's not actually that much decor. It's just like got a lot of basic stuff, but it does have a nice bed, nice curtains. It's like going into a hotel room a little bit. But whereas maybe someone else might have more stuff personalized, she doesn't seem to have a whole lot more than that stuff. There is like what do you call the where you like apply makeup and stuff, the bureau.
The bureau. Well, yeah.
Bordeaux.
There's stuff on there. There's like some knickknacks and stuff lying around, like hairpins
Davenport.
and brooches, stuff like that. Nothing expensive hanging out just out in the open or anything like that, like jewelry.
Strings of garlic.
If there is jewelry, it's just probably fake jewelry.
Barbed wire.
But the one gal that kind of brings you up,
Front towards enemy.
she's pretty straightforward. She's just bringing you up to somebody else's room.
Yeah.
So she just kind of guides you by the hand, smiles and chats a little bit, but then she just kind of drops you off.
Yeah.
Here you go,
Let you in there.
A vanity. Irvin says it's called a vanity.
A vanity.
Yeah, thank you.
Vanity.
Do you do anything with those brief moments while you're by yourself up there?
Prep.
Okay, get hard.
All right. Good thing I brought
You gotta give a warning to the Come on.
I brought this mayonnaise.
I hope to God she's got a rake.
I'm definitely not going up there.
That's just a strange thing. Oh yeah, we're all off. Damn it. All right. Let's see if I do something nasty.
And number 2.
Holy your spirit.
Hi.
All right, I'm gonna try and cast silver tongue devil.
The fanciest bathroom I've ever used.
16. 16.
You can do a Cleveland steamer, but I forgot to have the beaver.
I just used your pillow.
I left you a gift.
It's on your pillow. We'll remember. You can call me a tooth fairy if you like.
Tooth fairy?
The tooth fairy.
No, everything's true.
Stop dragging your ass on the sheets.
Like a cat. Like a dog. Across the floor.
Where's that rake?
She did mention I wanted into specialty things, right?
All right, I'll try again
Okay.
since I failed. Didn't have backlash though, thank goodness. Ooh, 26.
Ooh, nice.
So that gets me extra cards, right?
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You get 5 extra cards.
So you got 10 cards. You might actually
Yeah, you
get a
might get
decent
some.
hand.
Look, just
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. Please, for the love of God, get something that helps.
Here.
got
He's got 12 of a kind.
No, I think I gotta get a pair of jacks. It's like a very hard hex.
Well, here, let me see the cards you got. No.
I got one jack.
Well,
Do you have any other pairs or anything?
No, the hucks, you have to have 2 jacks.
Just 2 jacks. That's all you need for silver time.
well,
He screwed up 10 cards, didn't he?
Leave it to Bo.
yeah.
Did you shuffle the deck?
I did.
Oh, wait, no.
Yep, hand jacks.
You have to have jacks or higher. But
Yeah.
I don't think you have any.
Or jacks.
Well, he's got four clubs,
Hand
3
jacks.
spades, 2 hearts, and 1 diamond. So he doesn't have a flush.
What does that mean? Jacks? I have to have jacks or anything?
Oh, wait a minute. You got 2
Yeah.
pair.
Or anything better.
Jacks or better.
You got 2 pairs. So you got 5s and 10s.
But I need jacks.
But you need
No. 2 pair, which is better than a pair of jacks.
That's your minimum hand.
Oh,
You have to have a
I've
pair
been
of
doing this
jacks.
wrong.
Yeah, you have to have a pair of
I only
jacks.
play Uno.
You have to have a pair of jacks at least. So
Oh, okay.
2 pairs beats a pair of jacks.
Oh, he's got 2 pairs.
Yeah, he had 2 5s and 2 10s.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
So all this time I actually did it. I'm like, where do I have to
He throws away his 3 8s. I don't have 2 jacks.
This guy's a moron.
You got a straight flush. Man, I just can't get it.
I just want jacks.
The man tells like, no wonder you only last 20 seconds. I hate you.
I'm gonna watch.
So what did
here.
Song and Silver Tongue do? And what
I'm in a brothel, so you can. No, it gives me +5 persuasion rolls.
okay.
It makes him a cunning linguist.
Yep.
You just need to succeed. It doesn't have any increment
Hey,
changes
doesn't
for the
have a
different hands.
bond. Come on.
So it's just
Gives me a +5.
Okay.
So anyway, I do that, and then
That was just for the overuse of the joke since it's been.
Every hand increases an additional +2, so you're actually getting +7
oh, +7.
because you went from a pair of jacks to 2
pairs.
So you're getting +7 to your roll.
Oh, okay.
So
Perfect.
I was thinking that I was like, usually if you get a better hand, it gives you a raise.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. All these times that you.
Yeah, I've been doing it wrong. Well, that's Mike.
Bo's a huckster. Here's a book. I didn't know that.
I didn't know there was a book.
Yeah, you play cards. I'm 1d6 and gambling.
Apparently, he thought a huckster had something to do with being in bed.
Yeah. That's
Well, actually, don't hucksters get a bonus on their gambling?
I don't know if they do or not.
I know the straight huckster does.
Yeah, because most of them are Riverpool gamblers. I
Yeah.
don't know if just making it.
But I use my cane as kind of the way I use.
No, I don't think they get anything for
I don't
being
think you do just for
Instead of
being
using
a
the cards, I use the cane kind of. Anyway, I'll wait till she.
Okay, pretty much soon after that, basically the door kind of opens up, and you see the one girl that you saw earlier. She's still probably wearing that same dress.
blonde.
Yeah, she's got long curly blonde hair. She's about 5'9", 110 pounds. You do see in the hair there's like little faint white streaks, kind of scattered about. White porcelain skin. And you do see now she's got
I
like
just wonder if
red,
the actual
green hazel eyes.
Arcane background huckster actually, I think, has it in it.
Oh well, good evening.
Evening.
Do you
I
mind?
made hucksters that weren't card players.
She let me in, right? I'm still outside.
No, you're inside. You're
Oh,
actually inside her room.
Okay.
Inside her womb. What?
In her room. She kind of comes in and closes the door.
Doesn't get a bonus on gambling.
Miss Gautier said that you
that
asked
was
something personally.
specific.
Well, yes, I was. And I did not know that it was actually you.
And she doesn't have like an Irish accent. If I can, if I.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to sack it.
I got some talk.
Wait, that's Scottish.
I know. It's fine.
Miss Gautier said that you
Well,
asked
in
something
English, it's
personally.
okay.
Gautier said that you asked her personally.
Yes, indeed, I did. I was. I had no idea that it was you, my dear. I'm sorry, but you've taken my breath away a bit here, but.
I will in a second.
But yes, I was wondering Actually, I was wanting to ask you a couple questions more than anything, if that's all right, if you had a moment or two.
And that's all you wanted, to ask a few questions?
Well, man. We could start there, if that's all right.
She probably kind of comes forward and everything like that, and kind of actually, comes up close like she's going to touch you or something, Then she kind of moves off a little bit
Stab you in the ass.
and gets out 2 glasses and kind of pours some liquid into it. And everything goes,
Spit.
whichever one you'd like to have first.
If I start with the questions, I may not get the other.
And you're behind you.
We can do pillow talk after.
Get that little picture covered. Don't forget the questions.
Oh, you! Those up there, that's my boy.
Perhaps you like a little bit of whiskey first.
Oh, yes, I think that.
Kind of brings over a nice tumbler with about 3 shots of whiskey in it.
Well, thank you. Have you been here long here in this town?
I'm not sure why that's an important question or not, but only for a little while.
A little while. Did you come over from Ireland?
Not directly.
I'm from that. I guess small talk, basically, talk about,
Go ahead.
I'm from up around Mississippi, around that ways. Been all over fighting for the South.
So you're from Mississippi then?
Originally, kind of grew up all over. Now up around Memphis, where I'm stationed now.
I've been around Mississippi and New Orleans a little bit, and Kansas, Dodge.
Okay, yes, indeed. We passed through there, didn't we? Didn't we pass through there when we went down to yours?
No.
No. Okay.
Completely different direction.
I'm going north to go south.
Well,
Paul originally doesn't come from Mississippi. He came from Michigan.
Michigan City.
Keep sending the map upside down. I know there's an accent here somewhere.
oh yeah, there don't you know? Oh gee, I'm from they're not from Mississippi, don't you know? There, yup.
The beer bottles are so tall here, eh?
Oh yeah, there. Hey, I figured it's out, you know. It's all about that there. Anyway,
It's strange. It seems that that Gulf of Mexico is it's about 5 little bodies of water.
I thought the one they got that big old lake.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
The river running in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it flows backwards.
Uphill. Both ways.
That's just, I've never been there. Canada. How's that city?
Dusty?
Dusty?
Hi. Dusty. Very much dusty. And lots of cowboys.
Steve. Well,
It's a lot different from Ireland.
I bet it is.
And there are other wrestlers too.
What's the biggest difference you've seen here in the States and vice versa?
Well, for one, you got food.
Well, it's a bonus. Is it really as bad as it was?
Yeah, you might say that.
You still have family there?
It was probably kind of roll your scrutinize.
The two. I'm checking her boobs.
Yeah.
You got boobs there?
Yeah, I mean, the brothers,
The brother boobs.
sisters, love them.
It was not anymore.
Well, I'm sorry to bring up any bad memories. Just kind of curious. Never been to Ireland.
It was, it's going to be a very pretty land, but right now it's a hard place for any gal to live in, especially in the cities.
Imagine. Hard for you, but you survive.
Well, yes, of course.
Let's fuck.
Small talk.
You go ahead and make a move or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
is that what you want to do?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'll roll my persuasion to see if I can really seduce her. How's that?
You can go ahead. What do they have to roll? Your, they're. Did you get spirit or mind?
I think it's usually spirit.
Spirit.
Watch
You
you
got
like
your bonus.
Yes, we got 13 total.
And this is what we call the fuck roll.
Well, you're just rolling persuasion, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically.
Because it's not seduction, really.
Right.
He's just gonna shove his tongue down her throat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing the moves. I'm just
You
trying to
shake
make
somebody else's tongue down her throat.
Yikes! It was under the bed pillow.
Hey, working.
Whose tongue is this? Slap. Oh,
How many times did I roll that?
3,
3? Okay, so what'd you get?
13.
Okay. Yeah, well, roll your scrutinize.
I've seen better.
she does Irish things.
Wait, man, get that Adam's apple. 9. That's all right.
Got an Adam's apple.
Pushables off the table, see? There's his apple.
It's like that He-Man meme. Don't forget, if she has
Would you
an
roll
apple,
your
she has a
scrutinize?
banana.
What'd you roll your scrutinize? 9. You think you're being pretty silver tonguey.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I probably got one man. Sounds like you.
I'm a little boy. I need help. I mean, I love you. Oh shit!
No, you think you have. You think you have.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
She's just kind of playing with you.
Yep, I know.
So, you basically kind of do your thing. I'm not gonna do a re-roll like that, but go ahead. Do make one roll for me. Roll a cognition check.
Cog. Just straight cog.
Yeah.
2 and a 1. I'm in the moment.
Okay.
She brought me.
You actually do.
We said Bo out to do reconnaissance.
Right.
You do
So
remember
you
what
kind of do your
happened
thing.
in Deadlands War, right?
Probably for you, it probably does seem like pretty good.
Yeah, it's
I mean, you may have had better somewhere. Who knows? But you do kind of feel like afterwards you're kind of like really tuckered out.
okay. Well, can I try and stay awake or?
Yeah, you can stay awake. That's fine, but you just kind of feel like you do feel kind of like out of sorts a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not like, oh, where'd my nuts go?
You're missing a fucking kidney. Where'd that go? Shit, here, feel leave.
You wake up back at the steam hotel in a bathtub full of ice.
Get to the hospital.
He's like me, look. He's like me missing a foot.
That's for the donation.
I took my third toe and my earlobe. Yes.
So yeah, you're not hurting or painful, but you are just kind of tuckered out a little bit.
Ooh, got
And
your winded,
you're not gonna
man.
fall. You're not gonna fall asleep or anything, or have narcolepsy or anything.
That's what
Treads.
Dennis is for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do that. I'm like, would you mind if I ask you a few questions now?
Well, if you're asking me how it is, well, it's quite lovely.
Well, I appreciate that, but you don't have to lie, but I appreciate it. No, thank you very much. And restraining myself for some time. I thank you. But I did have a question for you. I am looking for a friend of mine that's gone missing.
So you come to a whore?
Well, you were mentioned in one of his notes.
And goes, and who exactly is this fellow that mentioned me?
Philip Monroe, not Scrutinizer.
Don't roll two.
She turns into a cloud of bats and leaves.
So he turns into a bat.
Turns into a bat.
What'd you get?
9.
9. You don't get a raise, but you do beat her. You don't know if she does kind of give you a look like why is somebody talking about, why you just told me someone knows me, or what was it you said exactly?
Well, you were mentioned.
Yeah, you were mentioned. It kind of brings up like a red flag to her.
Yeah.
But you can't see if she actually knows.
Yeah.
So, but she kind of, and you said her name. You said the name Philip Monroe, and after she just kind of paused for a bit, that's when you kind of pick that up, and then she kind of shakes her head and goes, "No, I don't know anyone by that name. Should I?"
I'll describe him.
You kind of describe him, and she's like, "It does not ring a bell to me."
Well, he's a good close friend of mine. Disappeared. We went looking for him, and seems like he wasn't where he was.
And where was he supposed to be?
I mentioned the farm.
She kind of shakes her head. Doesn't seem to mean anything to her. She kind of gets up and probably gets another couple of glasses of whiskey, and kind of brings him over.
Yeah, he was looking into some bad men, and that's why we're down here. We're just concerned for him.
And what kind of bad men was he looking for?
Oh, fellow named Monroe, Philip Monroe.
He's looking for a bad man named Philip Monroe.
That's his name.
That's his name.
Yeah. What's that?
Sam Purdy.
Sam Purdy, sorry.
Yeah.
Sam Purdy. Well, he's kind of like Moon Knight. He's got two faces.
Yeah,
Sam Purdy.
I've heard of that name.
I described him.
Sam Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
What does he look like?
Well, wasn't that him on the boat that we fought?
No, well, that guy's dead.
Oh,
that was James Feeney.
That was Feeney. Okay.
Yeah, you guys fought James Feeney, and then there was the guy that was the orphan head,
Right.
which I think was supposed to be Lou Evans.
Okay.
And they were members of the Sam Purdy gang.
We've never actually seen Sam Purdy.
Yeah. How about a Longfellow? Anybody like that name?
Longfellow. No, I don't know anyone by that name either.
Because she said, it mentioned staying away from Longfellow.
You mean the Longhouse?
Perhaps?
Boy, that's a house. It's a mansion.
You know anything about that?
Kind of shrugs and doesn't say anything. You can roll spirit head that if you want.
I'll try and use persuasion if that would help.
You can, whatever you got to say afterwards. Yeah,
I got a 5 on scrutinize.
you break even. So you don't really pick anything up off that. But if you try, if you want to go ahead and do whatever.
All right. Look, we're good men. We well, might have read us the paper. We up there saved Nashville, Memphis, that way.
I usually don't bother to read the newspaper. It's just war on war.
Well, it was
Men killing each other.
kind of what happened there too. But you know something about some evil people or something that's concerning to you, we'd be the ones to take care of that sort of situation. And if you know something, or feel that, and your name will never be brought up or spoken of or never said again. And if it's something about financing, and I can show some money, I'm like, that can be persuaded too. But I want to find my friend. And if some people are doing some bad things around here, well, we're going to take care of that too. If you help us, be much obliged.
You can roll persuasion.
That's not, then I'll stab this 9 plus
I'll
7.
use my
16.
get up some more.
Get closer.
No,
I actually just kind of like rub up against it. Gene, what the fuck? I think it's summertime shuffle. She's like, yeah, you're like the 8th guy here tonight.
She only has the 2d8 in spirit. She keeps dacing it. She goes,
16.
she actually kind of smiles and goes, that was a very nice speech you gave. I'm actually quite moved, but I'm afraid I'm not exactly 100% sure what you're talking about. And he goes, I have heard the name Sam Purdy before, but I don't really know anything about the man. And I go, every once in a while, someone comes in, I sleep with them, they talk, they might mention his name, and if I ask anything else, they shut the fuck up. That's what they do. And I get the feeling if they said anything more, they'd probably be dead.
That would probably be true.
And I've heard stories of people that go missing. Not girls even, men. Men who go missing because they say the wrong things to the wrong people. And they don't even know it.
Well, I know what I say, but I ain't scared. Let's just say we've taken care of his men before.
He goes, she kind of smiles. I was like, he goes, I'm sure the men who said those things were pretty brave too until they ended up missing. Then they weren't so brave anymore. And then they end up down on the bend, floating in the river on the side on the sandbars. I'm not trying to persuade you or anything. Your business is your own, but that's what happened around here.
I know it is. And I'm prepared for that. But I might be face up, not face down. Do you know anything else, my dear?
He goes,
Or you're willing to say?
I won't mention, if you go to this longhouse, be careful. He goes, I don't know, I know that no one lives there, supposedly, but there is something wicked about the place, especially at night. But everybody says the same thing, that it's haunted by the old crazy man who tried to build the place.
Who was that?
Oh, I mean, a man by the name of Nuts.
I got laugh.
Yeah. He goes, she actually goes, I don't know the whole history of it all, but yeah, his name was Nuts, and he died trying to build a house. And now some other fella, some lawyer, owns it and is trying to rebuild it again, but who knows? There's a war going on. It's hard to get product to build a house when everybody else wants it.
See. Well, thank you for everything.
Well, thank you for the evening.
I kind of. What is it, or do I know?
I can tell you. It's probably going to be, I think it was the high end, so like $5.
I'll give her 20.
You know, there's no need to tip me for a few bits of information that's useless to you.
No one said it was useless. Besides, if it is my last time and I'm face down in the river, I appreciate the evening. You made it all worth it, my dear. Thank you, and I wish you well.
Kind of sees you to the door and everything.
And then her phone rings.
Hey, Sam,
Kill him. You know,
Lay down.
Sam Purdy, I got to take this.
And I kind of look back and go,
Oh, actually, roll your bigger one. Yeah.
Okay.
Difficulty 5.
what's going to happen if I fail?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
4.
Not that you're not going to die.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. I got a 4.
Okay. When you do get up, you actually, you don't have like high blood.
You lose your bowels.
No.
Yeah.
I just got the like.
Have you ever donated blood?
Yeah, I have. Yes.
Did you ever have a pill when you got up?
Yeah, I got that wooziness.
Yeah, you get that.
Kind of strange. Kind of like. Nitric acid accents, real quick.
Accents? Yeah, you.
Kind of as I get my cane around and kind of doing it.
Yeah, you can try.
Got a 9.
While you're doing that too, we hardly ever do it, but do you have anything to hide that from? Because you are like right in the room with her.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded like you'd say he was trying to stumble himself up with his cane, so maybe he was.
What would that be?
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, it would be like
I
sleight
got
of
1.
hand.
I got 1 die in it.
You would have to actually roll.
I got a 9.
9.
Jesus.
Oh, you got lucky.
Finally.
She rolled a 1 on the second
Well, I
one.
wouldn't say finally, sir.
Well. Okay, so I got a pair of 5s. So I think that means I could sense if something was used. Hex sense is
Yeah, what does it do actually? If you succeed.
hex sense and a pair. Immediately know the type of magic, the hexer, and where Sam Purdy is.
I don't think they wrote that in the book.
Type of magic, relic, favor, miracle, hex, favor, black magic, or abomination, and magical effects sources. So I can know there is something and where it's coming from and the type it is. So if she's using an abomination or she used a hex, I would sense that she used a hex. But I wouldn't know what it did. It was just like...
Or if she had like an abomination power, you would know that it
Or
came from
black
her.
magic, or
Well, would it sense if she is an abomination?
Just that she has a power associated with it.
Yes.
But would
I'd
they
have
have
to
to
get-
actively be using it, or
No.
No, I think as
No,
long as it
it's-
was used
Yeah.
in their
okay?
presence.
So yeah, actually, she does have abomination.
An abomination kind of thing. Okay.
'Cause it tells you what type.
Yeah, abomination, hex.
And I'm clear what it, I mean. Abomination is basically anything that's a
Anything that's a natural power of
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah. So,
it could be.
fairy.
But they're like Harrowed or abominations, but they have powers. You'd know, oh, it's a power. But if you don't know the guy's Harrowed, you're like, that's weird. You might have suspicions, but it doesn't.
No,
confirm that
actually,
it's
does
an
that
abomination.
cover? Does that actually have to be? Does that cover natural abilities? Though, actually,
Let me read.
Anything that's abnormal that's not magic?
Because like if I had
basically.
2 pair, general effective magic, what it did to me, straight exact hex or black magic power used, a plus remaining duration of the subject's magic. So I know everything about it. Right now I know it was a magic. Something was right now. I know exactly if something was done and where it came from. If it came from her or something in the room. The pair, the type of what it favor, miracle, hex.
So if it's
it's
like
the
a
power itself.
if it's a natural ability kind of thing, he would know that too.
Yeah.
If it's not an abomination,
He wouldn't know
power,
what it is. He just know where it came from.
he just know that she has some sort of natural ability that is unusual.
But I could sense if it was dark or just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it was. She placed a miracle on me. Yes, I did. She did.
Well, see, that's the thing. There's no. Well, there's okay. Let's say okay.
Oh, she used the.
Okay, let's just
I am the potato.
in theory, if they have claws,
right.
unnatural claws,
Right.
would that be considered a part of that or not?
Yes, because it's
Okay.
an unusual power.
Yes.
Okay, even though she's not, if they weren't using it.
Right.
Okay.
But I would sense that something.
So they could. It's basically he can essentially sense if something's an abomination or not.
Yeah. For the
Okay,
It's a
it's not just a power. Piece.
Right, and it doesn't pinpoint that they are, but it kind of increases the suspicion that there's something about them. It wouldn't tell you what type of abomination she
Okay,
is.
so yeah, you
It's
do.
being more unnatural, not being abomination, just something not natural. It
Wow.
wasn't a hex, and it wasn't black magic.
Yeah,
but I can
no.
tell it was more.
No, you sense there is something abomination about her.
You had sex with a railroad.
Yeah. Yay. I kind of look at her for a minute and I go,
Bo's a necrophiliac.
she's still
It's
alive.
Bo.
It's Bo, yeah. It's still warm. It's good.
I kind of was like get dressed and everything all done like that. I go,
So you were playing with her cane when you were naked?
Yeah. no, I'm basically done. I kind of turn around to her and I go, I'm not quite sure what just happened, but
Well, it's called sick. Yeah.
no, I'm just saying that. That's how would I say this?
Better figure it out.
Yeah, I kind of go, I guess we're not the only one with certain abilities.
Roll your
You know too much to live, Van Helsing.
Oh my what?
No, roll a new character.
yeah, build a new character. No, she's gonna scrutinize you, so I forget what
Spirit.
spirit.
My spirit.
Actually, what is?
Straight spirit.
Yeah.
Could be a crooked spirit.
10.
Okay. Okay. She just kind of smiles. What was it you said again? I'm sorry.
I know you're an abomination and you need to tell me what happened. Just the facts. I goes, I don't remember what I said.
It seems you're not
The only one with tricks. Or things
Or
we're
we're
hiding.
not the only ones with
special abilities.
special abilities.
She doesn't seem to pick up on exactly what you're saying. But she just kind of smiles. It's like, well, we all have to survive in our own way.
I agree.
Soul blast. Oh,
All right, we're gonna try this. Smarts.
Well, you're gonna try to outsmart her.
No.
shit, we're dead. He's gonna come and kill the whole party.
What? How many dice? I'm like, why is there 6 dice? That's why I had 6 dice. 5. So maybe I succeed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 jacks. So as I turn and I look at her, I'm going to cast imposter, and basically,
It looked like her dead father.
yes.
Wow, you'd have to know her dead father.
Arts. Nope, I don't. I needed a pair. I don't have it.
No, you said you had a pair of J's, right?
Oh, I did.
Jesus, come on, Mike. You're the worst huckster ever.
I'm like,
How did the court?
I don't have a pair.
well, I suppose that boss were like, just let it go.
See, it wasn't his fault. He signed the paperwork first, and then they found out, and so they had to kill the guy that brought it in.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, so you're
It's
the
like,
one
you
that
fucked
invited
up.
him.
You should have known that.
Well, the thing is, though, when I brought in, what's his name? The public enemy number 1. What was that?
Oh, from when we had to recover the book from
Yeah.
Ina.
Yeah. What was that guy's? What's the wizard's name?
Oh, Clay Farson.
Yeah, Clay
Yeah.
Parson. So he didn't bring Clay Parson. They're like, what? What? That guy brought Clay Parson, our public number 1, and that guy brought him in. What? What? Okay, maybe I wanted to crime. Allow Huckster to alter her looks and appear just about anyone else she chooses. The alteration isn't limited to just face, but encompasses the entire appearance. The hex does not allow to change appearance, sex. Does allow to change sex, drastic alteration size aren't possible. So I could change sex, but I wouldn't be like 8 feet tall.
Right.
Huckster +5 to your disguise roll. So basically, I roll my disguise. That was like her tits. She
Trying to look like her.
You did
Actually, grown man tits.
a 13. So,
Okay, so what exactly are you changing? I mean,
what was the madam's name?
Nelly Cartier.
Yeah. So as I turn to leave, I turn into the concierge.
Okay.
And she can roll or scrutinize to look through the disguise, but
Well, it's obvious that you.
yeah, this is
It's obvious that you're actually doing it, but. No, did you have to have so many raises or what?
well, I got a third. She has to beat my disguise roll, which was
She just has to be. She does it, but you have a raise on top of that.
so. As far as she sees her. There's no question.
Okay.
So
Okay. She probably, with whatever smile that was on her face before when she was talking to you, it disappears and everything. Probably looks like she's about ready to slap you.
but I quickly sit back to myself.
Okay. She goes, so you're a huckster. Is that what that is?
Yes. And what are you?
Well, I'm not a huckster, that's for certain. And I think it's time for you to leave.
What? Thanks for leaving, man.
I would say any time, but I doubt that's likely.
We'll see.
Very there's the door. Open it up.
I go ahead and go on out.
Okay.
Bo again is the ambassador of the group.
Yeah,
All right.
it's all right. I head on downstairs. Fall down the stairs. Fall on hail bullets.
So you know, you did lose 5 wind.
Oh, okay.
Bo comes down looking fucked up.
But you don't suffer a wound.
Okay.
Was that a possibility?
No, I'm not gonna say actually.
Anyway, I'll go on downstairs.
Okay, you go on upstairs. You see him come down.
Okay.
He does look a little flushed.
Royally.
I figured out I don't know how to play cards. All this time with the Manitals.
Really?
Let's go. I do say it's time to leave.
What happened? As I get up to leave.
Yeah. I go to the madam and said, Madam, thank you.
She's kind of nice and part of the top. Hope you had an enjoyable evening.
I did indeed.
Please come back again.
And then,
Yep, maybe.
Yep.
Leaves.
I'll slip her a 20. Fine. I go, thank you again.
She actually is like, no, that's not necessary.
Very well. Thank you. And then I'll leave. Gotta go out in the street. Hide underneath barrels.
I was like, what happened?
She pretty much warned about the longhouse. The place. I pretty much
Right.
regurgitate that and I go, but during our altercation, I felt drained and then talked with the Manitals and figured that she's some sort of powers. She used some sort of abomination power on me during our ordeal. That's why I'm winded. Not from that, but from that, but yeah.
You're extra winded.
Extra winded. More so than normal. But I revealed what I was to her.
Are we walking away from
We're right there in the lot.
As we walk off the boardwalk and he's telling me this, I'll kind of stop
Yeah.
and light a cigarette.
Mhm.
And when I throw out the match, I kind of throw it into the street behind me. Yeah. And I'm going to look up and see if she's on the balcony watching, asleep.
Aren't you slick?
That's how I lived so long.
You're covered in reed and oil?
Well, that would depend on where her room was. Because actually,
Well, you made
it would have been on the side.
Okay.
Because there'd probably been one room here, one room over here.
Okay. But I mean, just
So
to
it
make
probably
sure she
would've
didn't
been
come
outside.
out on the balcony like.
Oh, down on the balcony or
Yeah, see if she's out like where the other girls
no,
are like.
you probably would know. No.
All right.
There's
You
other
don't need
people
to.
up there.
You're just watching it magically.
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I'll kind of toss the match and like.
She's like, ah!
Right on my dick. Well, I just kind of like. That's my gun. Yeah. So, what'd you say to her?
Well, I basically revealed what I was. She didn't seem too partial to that, but
Your private life is no concern of mine. Did you ask about Philip Monroe?
yes, she did
Okay.
not recall of him at all. But she does seem to be hiding something, which I believe now that's what Monroe probably was able to sense. Maybe it was being an abomination of sorts, or have some sort of powers. But she said Longfellow, which in the Mount Mansion, she said people come in here, talk about things in Monroe, and then they end up disappearing if they talk too much.
Being pretty.
Yeah.
A lot of people go missing after Monroe.
And they're all named Monroe.
I know, but it's, I'm winded. She did something to me.
That's Philip Monroe.
I found him and I buggered him. I didn't remember who it was. So it was Sam Purdy.
Oh, God. Where was he? I don't recall. I asked him when Monroe was, and he said, I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
So she said people talk about Sam Pretty and end up dead.
Pretty much.
Did you mention Sam Pretty during
Yes,
it?
I did.
You think she's going to be after it?
I told you to be up there with me.
All right, let me ask you this. Did you answer questions first?
No,
Then why would I go? You could have just rang down for your main servant to come up and get your clothes ready. You're like, yeah, he's here to answer some questions, but he's going to wait a minute.
first I want to get myself in a whole heap of trouble, and he's gonna bail me out. I am laughing on saying this stuff.
That's fine. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So you mentioned Sam Pretty. She's maybe something more than human, and she's keeping a secret. That sounds like it's going to work out perfect.
Well, obviously, other men have spoken about things on Pillow Talk.
And we do know he hires a bunch of people and doesn't treat them very well.
Yeah, so a lot of times they ask too many and end up dead. So the more you ask, you
She's
just,
saying she doesn't know anything about Philip Monroe.
no. But I don't have a D10 and scrutinize, so
He kind of stops. He's like, going back to the boat. There's another Irish girl in the bar under the hill. It's not her.
well, that's what they said it was her. But okay,
Never know.
you sure?
Well, you can come with me if you want. I'm just going to pop in and see if there's an Irish girl working at that bar
Which one?
under the hill.
All right.
Because you talked about the Irish lass and under the
Yeah,
hill.
her name's Monroe.
The other one's pretty.
The other one's Freddie. Philip Freddie and Sam Monroe. Those are the two women.
I need a drink.
So I'm going to kind of circle around, you know, and go to that under the hill bar real quick.
Okay.
I just want to go in and see what it's like and see if there's any wait staff and like girls in there that hang out.
They're all like her.
They're all Irish and Philip Monroe.
Okay.
You never know. Maybe you're talking about a different Irish lass under the hill.
Yeah.
Might as well check it out while we're here.
Okay. You head over to under the hill.
I'll come fetch your clothes.
It's, Underhill's probably one of the larger saloons in town, with the exception of the Steamboat. Already kind of described. It's got like two buildings. There's like a brick building, which is the main saloon part,
Yeah.
and then there's like a stone building. That looks like it's actually kind of like not lit up or anything. It does. No one goes in there or anything like that. But then there's signs that goes down the alley and around back, where there's gambling and everything.
That's where I was starting to go before.
But you had to go gamble.
Well, that's where I was going to go gamble.
So
He's currently
good
still
one,
gambling.
because you really raked in the dough.
In game, he's currently still gambling. Actually.
That's true. Yeah.
At the moment.
You do have the rake. They have the mayonnaise. You're just like bringing it in.
And yeah, it is the other place it does have up on the balcony. There are girls there, everything. You kind of go on in.
Service bar.
As you kind of go in, there are two bouncers there,
Okay.
and they're armed with shotguns
Okay.
kind of at the door there. They just kind of look and nod at you and everything, but they don't ask for guns. They don't do anything like that. They're just kind of there just in case something really bad happens.
Right.
You know.
There's speed bumps.
Yeah.
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 There's quite a few people here, and it's pretty noisy and stuff like that. You see a few girls walking around. You're not too sure if they're actually any of the working girls.
Right.
You know, most of them just kind of seem to be bringing drinks or talking to some of the guys.
Right.
But you can see up on the second floor, there's like where it goes up, there's got the railing where you know, so it's like an open area.
Right.
And up there, you do see a couple more girls, and those are the ones that are kind of like look like they're trying to make a deal with a guy or something like that.
Right.
So, as you kind of go in, go ahead ahead and roll your difficulty's 5. Well, we can always make it 7.
20.
20.
I'm with him too, so.
You do go in there with him?
Are you gonna try and roll?
8. Oh, give me an hour.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired, but just downhill from there.
Underhill from there.
Now, before we start, you're not gonna eat my face, are you? I'll sit on it. Okay.
And you kind of go in, kind of walk in, just kind of glance around or anything. You kind of hear someone talking really loud. And you can kind of just get the tail end part. It's like, he thinks he can tell me what to do, going around with his fancy talk like he's everybody, like he's above everybody. You know, and it just kind of draws your attention because it's like really loud and really kind of drunk and kind of slur a little bit and everything.
Okay.
Mom having sex with his dog. He's gonna have a great every minute of the day.
And then he had me up in the room and he told me how I was special and stuff, and we all had secrets.
Oh my God! And he turned into a woman. I am the woman. We're on 18 plus channel this week. If anybody look for Tim watching right now.
I'll be right back.
Oh my God! That's me every time I think about it.
I'll kind of look at the guy over there and see who's around him or who he's talking to or if he's up on the table or something like that or just.
While I'm describing it, go ahead and roll cog again. Difficulty 7 also. The man is kind of like kind of an older man, not well dressed. He's pretty much typical of the sort of southern. We want to say cowboy, but they're not really cowboys, you know. But there's nothing very particular about the way he dresses. He doesn't look like he works on the river. He doesn't look, he's not a soldier.
Right.
He's not even
just a nondescript.
He's really kind of nondescript, other than he probably doesn't have a whole lot of money to his name.
Okay.
You know. What'd you roll?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good roll.
Do you feel better now?
I do. Still a little winded.
You kind of hear him kind of going on.
No, dude, nice.
And he's not, as you kind of know, he's not really talking to anybody in particular. Maybe he's talking to the bartender. The bartender's just like,
Yeah.
Boy.
you know. But he kind of goes on. I was like, that damn Marshal, I'll tell you what, if he ever talks to me that way again, I'm going to put him full of holes. You know, and as you kind of look in there, you can see there's another guy that's kind of sitting like, or kind of leaning up against the bar right next to him. And he's a big, burly guy. He just kind of, like, he too doesn't look like he's very wealthy or anything. He looks like pretty average, just kind of a rag, not a really raggy coat, but one that's been around for a while.
Right.
You know, and maybe there were his work clothes. You're not too sure, but he is kind of like, he's like the size of like Rob.
Okay.
You know, and he's got like long, pretty much his hair color just like that, but it's a more wilder and unkept.
Okay.
And it's not like pulled in the back in a ponytail. And he's got one of those big old slouch hats, you know, and big old bushy beard. And you can kind of see him kind of glancing back over this guy every once in a while, and just kind of like giving him a real scornful look.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll kind of walk up to the bar. Try and, not next to that guy, but a little bit down, and see if I can get the bartender's attention.
Okay. You kind of get the bartender's attention, and he kind of, it's actually the one that you think he's maybe trying to talk to him or everything.
Right.
He gladly comes on down.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, what do you want to drink?
Shot of whiskey first, and then I was kind of wondering, I'm just passing through town, but my friend here has a taste for Irish girls. You got any working?
He kind of pours the whiskey and just kind of listens to you talk and everything, and he's about ready to kind of say something when you can hear that guy talking real loud again and everything, and he started talking about that Marshal Peyton.
Oh,
and everything. And then eventually the guy that's right next to him there, you see him kind of lean back from the bar and everything. And he just kind of like turns. You he's turning away from you now. I assume you're like on the right hand side of that guy.
Okay.
And so you're kind of seeing the back of him, and you're seeing the other guy as he kind of turns. And he's like, "Damn you, Silas Willard. Your words are nothing more than an ear sore. That Marshal ain't done nothing to you that you didn't deserve." And then he just goes and just like punches him squarely right in the jaw. And he just like drops down to the ground and everything. And he was like, "And you could just add me to your list, because I'm done listening to your drunken yap." And the guy, the Silence whatever Willer guy, he's kind of just
like the school year.
kind of rubs his chin and everything. You can see it's kind of bleeding and everything. And he kind of gets up, kind of curses and everything, and starts kind of stumbling back towards the door. The bouncers don't really seem to be, they're kind of eyeing him, but they're not really making too much of a move.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we're used to this. We're waiting for you to pull a pistol or
Right.
something.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And he kind of dusts his hat and kind of like he's brushing the dust off of his ass, you know, from being on the floor and everything. And he kind of drunkenly just kind of glares up at this big guy and everything. And he's like, "You're Dan," or he goes, "Old Sam Purdy will hear this, and you'll be sorry." And he kind of turns and starts walking away. And the big guy, he just kind of comes back and yells at him as he's walking out. And he's like, "You're a damn fool, Silas Willard, for talking such. You'll end up floating down the river if you ain't careful." And then he kind of goes back and he like grabs a whiskey bottle from the bar that was his and the glass and storms off toward the table.
Good, we're only looking for
The guy, the other guy, the loafer, basically kind of stumbles out, and the guards just silently open the doors for him and kind of even get out of here, you know. And he kind of stumbles outside.
Well, I kind of wait for the bartender to answer the question.
He's kind of like, "What?"
Well, I'll see where he goes. You're the one with the taste for the Irish woman.
What were you asking me?
My friend here has a taste for the Irish woman. You got one working?
I don't know of any Irish.
I don't know of any at the moment, but if you're looking for a nice Irish lad, I'm right here, boy. I had one that I should have hardly told. 'Twould be great, wouldn't it be? Oh, hi.
He goes, "We don't have any Irish girls here, but there's one just down the street at Nellie's. You might want to check also down at the riverboat. There's an Irishman that works. He could probably hook you up with an Irish lass."
Well, we'll check that out. Thanks. I take the shot and just down it. Let's go.
All right. I kind of look at the big guy. I'm like, point at him, but I'm like, all right, I'll follow you.
So we'll go out and kind of out the front door and look to see where the drunk guy headed.
He's headed basically kind of across the street and just like a little away. Let's see, the river goes here. So he's probably a little bit over here to where there's not that many people
Right.
out on the dock.
Okay.
And you can kind of see him kind of pulling his britches around a little bit and kind of stumbling a little bit, you know.
When we're outside, I'll kind of be like, if we follow this guy, I don't know what he's going to tell us. First of all, he's drunk. Second of all, if we start asking too many questions about Sam Purdy, we might get back to him. Now, we could go back in and talk to that Burley guy, but he's just going to tell us this fella's a drunk asshole who shouldn't be messing around with Sam Purdy. What do you think? I say we go to bed. Not together.
I'm a little winded.
You're about to be a lot winded if you make it passing me.
Roll your cards.
Nine.
Huh?
9.
7. Okay. You can kind of hear him kind of mumbling to himself, like he's talking to himself. You know, you've seen those people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty, I know
And
it.
you can kind of see he's kind of over at the dock. He's kind of like he's kind of pulling down his britches. And he's taking a piss into the river.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is he just mumbling to himself?
Yeah, he's mumbling to himself.
Okay. Fella's stone drunk. He's probably going to end up. He'll probably end up face down in the river. But,
On his own accord.
especially if he's mouthing off and threatening to stick sand pretty on people. Pretty ain't gonna like that. But mark and remembering, I suppose. Unless you got some kind of weird thing you can do.
Well, I've been messing up enough tonight.
Stand 5 feet away from you.
No. Oh, no need of that.
Before you do anything, roll con. Again, difficulty 5.
Ooh. 19.
You hear a splash in the water. A large splash.
You kind of look over.
He's gone.
Move over there. You're gonna quicker than me, but
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of run on over there. Roll your con. Actually, you can kind of hear him. He's kind of like splashing around. Like, he's kind of calling for help. You know.
Bitch. Maybe Sam Pretty just gets him drunk, and that's how they end up dead in the river.
yeah. How far down is he?
Well, basically, you kind of get. That's just what you hear. Just
Yeah,
running up.
okay.
Basically, you kind of get up to the dock. You see him. Just as you're kind of getting up there, you can kind of see him just kind of going under and everything, and you actually just see him. He's like he's trying to swim up, you know, and you just see him kind of continually going down. You can see just like fear of fright, like he doesn't understand what the fuck's going on, and he just kind of gets pulled further out actually, and on like not just down but further out
Like toward the center of.
towards them, deeper into the river.
My cast hex in.
Okay.
9.
I am windy. I did get an ace, so I can sense if there is a hex being used, but I don't know what it is.
Or any of that.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
there's
identify it, but there's
an abomination going on.
There's something dragging him down. I can sense it. Don't know what it is.
Man, I told you if you mouth off about Sam Pretty, they'd probably end up dead in the river. There you go.
Should I do so?
I'm going to bed.
You can see bubbles,
Yeah.
and they just kind of stop.
Yeah.
And you know how
Yeah.
muddy the Mississippi is, and he just kind of disappears.
I'm like, I don't think there's anything we can do for that man. Nor do we want to get involved in this point.
Let's go to bed.
All right. We'll stop there then.
All right.
All right, let's go. All right, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Make sure to check us out next Tuesday. Are we going to be able to continue this next Tuesday? Or?
We should be able to. I don't know what my schedule is, but
Knock on wood.
more
We
than
can,
likely I'll be able to.
we can continue our adventure into this situation that we're dealing with now. Make sure to tune in around 6 p.m. Central Time, Tuesdays-ish. Well, it's definitely Tuesday, but the starting times are very good. And we'll see you.
We got pretty good.
Yeah.
Night, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did pretty good. Minus
Even with the
everything
hand.
else.
Even
Yeah.
with the hand. So.
So let us know what you think. Get a hold of us. Check out our Linktree. Go visit all that. Check out everything that we do. See y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Adios.